on the Badger Sports Network from Learfield IMG College. This is the Wisconsin football dream season, presented by American Family Insurance.
35-30, there he goes, to the 20, to the 10, to the 5, touchdown, Wisconsin, 51 yards.
Also brought to you by your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers, inviting you to visit your local Ford store or buyfordnow.com. UW Health Sports Medicine, treating the Badgers, treating you. Visit uwsportsmedicine.org. Dairyland Seed, proud partner of Wisconsin football and Wisconsin farmers. And by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Here's the voice of the Badgers, Matt LePay.
Welcome into the American Family Insurance pregame show, as this week we turn back the clock 5 years ago to 2016 and the annual battle for Paul Bunyan's axe, the Wisconsin Badgers and the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Now, the Badgers had already clinched the Big Ten West Division. They were already set to go to the conference championship game the following week. But anybody who's been around either side of the river knows this is axe week, and it matters a lot. Just ask Paul Christ or anyone who has coached and played in this game. The Badgers and the Gophers hooking up at Camp Randall Stadium. Let's check out the starting lineups now, presented by U.S. Bank. U.S. Bank, a proud sponsor of the Wisconsin Badgers. For the Gophers on offense, tough guy at quarterback, Mitch Leidner. He was a tough kid at that position for the Gophers. Rodney Smith, not bad himself, is the running back. Couple of good receivers, led by Rashad Still. Now let's check out the Wisconsin offense, led by quarterback Alex Hornibrook and tailback Corey Clement, and a tough and athletic fullback in Austin Ramish. You look at the rest of that offense, check out that offensive line. A lot of pros there, anchored by the left tackle, Ryan Ramczyk. Let's check out the Gophers on defense now. Linebacker Nick Rawlis is a good one, and few, if any, are better than the safety Antoine Winfield Jr. For the Badgers on defense, again, very good at all levels, including the linebacking core, NFLers across the board, led by T.J. Watt, Dakota Dixon, and Leo Musso, helping keep the secondary in line. We move on to this week's NFL Spotlight, and we'll take a glance at T.J. Watt. What a career he ended up having with the Wisconsin Badgers. He's not half bad in the NFL, a first-round pick in 2017 by the Pittsburgh Steelers, already approaching 50 career sacks, a three-time Pro Bowler, two-time first-team All-Pro performer, T.J. Watt. The Watt family, big-time family in the NFL these days. Our American Family Insurance pregame show continues in just a moment. This is the Wisconsin football dream season from Learfield IMG College.
Buying your first home is the start of realizing bigger dreams with your family. That's why it's important to protect everything you love with American Family Insurance. Wait, what's that?
It's their dream car.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's actually my dream car. And my little dream tire swing with some dream trees. There'd be a nice dream garden right here, too.
Protect your dream home with American Family Insurance.
Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
Rock a drive block? Rush a pole crush? Jam a grand slam? Drunk? Drunk? That'd be insane! Rollin' that? Rollin' this? Roll together? Drunk? That would be super insane. Hey, all you ladies and guys. Drive sober on the road.
No matter how many wheels you roll.
Preparation. It's the key to success on game day. And like your favorite Badgers on the field, you need to be ready right from the opening kickoff. Cenex has your pregame routine covered. We've got your salty snacks, your sweet treats, ice-cold beverages to wash them down, and fresh tanks of propane to fire up the grill. Fuel your fandom at your local Cenex station. Badger Pride, powered locally.
We continue with the American Family Insurance pregame show as we get you ready for the Badgers in Minnesota in 2016. Time now for the home field advantage presented by Carrier. Number to keep in mind today, 126. This is the 126th meeting between Wisconsin and Minnesota. include this past December's matchup. The rivalry remains the most played rivalry in major college football history, currently standing at 130 meetings all time. Badger fans, give your home field an advantage with energy-efficient home heating and cooling systems by Carrier. Find your local Carrier expert at www.carrier.com/residential today. Now let's take a look at the field and weather conditions presented by Dairyland Seed. Not bad, really, for late November. 43 degrees in Madison on this day. A breeze out of the south at 11 miles per hour. Sunshine for the opening kickoff here today between the Badgers and the Gophers. The opening kickoff presented by Odyssey Greek Yogurt is just moments away. Kick off your day with thick, creamy, and all-natural Greek yogurt with real flavorful fruit. Odyssey Greek Yogurt. This is the Wisconsin Football Dream Season from Learfield IMG College.
My favorite breakfast is Odyssey Yogurt. I asked Mommy where it comes from, and she took me to a dairy farm to learn all about milk and, most importantly, cows. Wisconsin cows are definitely the happiest, which means they make the tastiest yogurt. My favorite is blueberry. What's your flavor? Support your local farmers. EIEI Odyssey.
They better get season tickets right now because before long, they probably won't be able to.
Doubles into the end zone! Wisconsin wins the Rose Bowl! Big Ten champion. Rod Dane down the left sideline. And there it is.
You do not want him in your secondary.
Back-to-back Rose Bowl champions. Matt Schaber to Lee Evans. Ball is loose. Badgers have it. And this game is underway with a bang. And the Wisconsin Badgers are Big Ten champions. Caught by Duckworth. The Wisconsin Badgers are headed to Pasadena. And touch the flame where the streets have no name. The Wisconsin Badgers have won their 5th consecutive bowl game.
On the Badger Sports Network from Learfield IMG College. This is the Wisconsin Football Dream Season, presented by American Family Insurance.
Here comes Melvin to the 25, to the 20, Gordon 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Wisconsin, record-breaking run, Melvin Gordon, 4:08.
Also brought to you by Odyssey Greek Yogurt, made in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Johnsonville, a family-owned Wisconsin-based company and a proud partner of Wisconsin athletics, served with pride since 1945. Alliant Energy, powering beyond. And by U.S. Bank, helping individuals and businesses work toward their financial goals. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. It's game time. Here's Matt LePay and Mike Lucas.
B.J. Rosowski will be kicking off for Wisconsin. The Gophers will receive, go left to right as we see it. That is north to south at Camp Randall Stadium. As deep for the Gophers will be Rodney Smith and Keontae Harden. B.J. Rosowski, 62 times he has kicked off, 40 times He has driven it deep enough for a touchback as we are ready to go here at Camp Randall Stadium. Rosowski with a kick in the air and add another touchback to the resume this year for Rosowski as that flies out of the end zone, and the Gophers will start at their 25-yard line, and we are underway in Madison.
Let's set the offensive line for Minnesota. 3 junior college transfers start. The left tackle Donnell Green, the left guard Garrison Wright, and the right guard Vincent Calhoun. Maybe their best player, though, is the center, 77, Tyler Moore.
The Gophers starting at their 25-yard line, 1st and 10, needing number 126. Between these two programs, the Gophers have won 59 times, the Badgers have won 58. 8 times there have been ties. Pistol formation. Drew Wolotarski wide right, motions to the left. First play from scrimmage, handoff for Rodney Smith. Straight into the line, and he'll get across the 25 up to the 29-yard line on a gain of 4. Vince Beagle and T.J. Edwards involved, and Edwards is still down. He is banged up on the first play from scrimmage.
The first contact was made by Vince Beagle, who played off the tight end, Colton Beebe, and then in this scramble, T.J. Edwards went down hard to the turf.
First play from scrimmage here today. T.J. Edwards, the sophomore linebacker out of Lake Villa, Illinois. His season had a tardy start to it because of a foot injury suffered during summer workouts. Good news here, though. He looked like he was in a lot of pain, but he pops up and he's walking off on his own and looks like he's okay, but he'll be out for at least one play. It's a gain of 4 for Rodney Smith. 2nd and 6 for the Gophers at their own 29-yard line. Leon Jacobs now will join Ryan Conley at the inside linebacker spots. Gophers run a lot of pistol formation. Rodney Smith behind the quarterback, Mitch Leitner. 2 receivers right, and reading it is Leitner. He'll keep it across the 30. Leitner the 35, up across the 40 to the 41-yard line. Leo Musso on the tackle, and this is an area Leitner can hurt you. He'll read it, he'll keep it. He's a tough runner, over 300 yards now rushing this year, and he has rushed for 9 touchdowns.
Beagle got caught inside, didn't he, Tom?
I was going to say that was the case again. In this defense, you need to play contain, you need to push everything back, and Vince Beagle, they just got washed down by the tight end.
Leitner will work under his center, Tyler Moore, on 1st and 10 for the Gophers at their 41-yard line. Snap to Leitner, play fake, back to throw, winds up, throws it deep, wants Rashad Still, and he cannot hang on at the 25-yard line of the far side in Badger territory. Derek Tyndall in coverage, the 6'5 sophomore receiver, Rashad Still, and it looked like Tyndall got his hand in there just enough perhaps to disrupt that pass intended for Still. 2nd and 10 for the Gophers at their own 41-yard line. We're in the opening minute here in Madison. First possession of the day to Minnesota. And the Gophers will come out trips to the right. Wolotarski, Eric Carter, Rashad Still inside out. On the right side of that formation for Minnesota, Rodney Smith, the running back, behind the quarterback, Mitch Leitner. On 2nd and 10, reading it Leitner. He'll keep it a lot of room. 45-50. Left side 45-40. 35 and inside the 30 of Wisconsin. Leo Musso runs him out of bounds as the Badgers again selling out to the running back. Rodney Smith and Leitner with a lot of space down to the 27 at a gain of 32.
That was Garrett Dooley that time coming off the edge, paying no attention to Leitner, who just circled around him.
And this, again, when you're talking about the emotions and everything else, sometimes you start doing things you're not taught, and that was a great instance there where no contain and a big run by the quarterback.
Gophers with a threat in the game's first possession. 2 receivers right, 1 on the left on 1st and 10. Leitner a play fake. Back to throw. Lots of time. Swings to the right. High pass. Pulled down by Eric Carter. 25 to the 20-yard line. Pushed out of bounds by Ryan Conley inside the Wisconsin 20. And Drew Wolotarski comes out wide to the left. Eric Carter to the right. Smith behind Leitner for the Badger 18-yard line. Handoff Rodney Smith. And he didn't need much, didn't get much as he got hit right away. Chikwe Obasi getting in there. They'll mark it close to the 17-yard line of Wisconsin. And it'll be about the 17.5, so it's a 3rd down, about a half a yard to go here for the Gophers. They hit 41% of the time on 3rd down. That is 6th best in the league. The Badgers are the 2nd best defensively.
It's good to see Songopolo, though, on the defensive front.
And out since the Ohio State game. Big club on that right hand. And under center is Leitner. He'll keep it. He's a big guy, and he'll use that big frame and get the first down. He's 6'4", 230. And he'll push the pile to the 15 of Wisconsin. First down, Minnesota.
We're able to wedge it out between their left guard, Garrison Wright, and their center, Tyler Moore.
Yeah, Wisconsin's defensive line actually shifted. Their Songapolu shifted over from the right side of the center to the left side, and that allowed Leidner to run it off of the left side.
First and 10, Minnesota from the Wisconsin 15-yard line. Carter and Wolotarski out to the left, still to the right. Snap to Leidner. He'll give it to Smith. Has room off the right side, inside the 10. Bounces off Leo Musso, and Rodney Smith slams his way to the 5-yard line of Wisconsin. That's right at the marker, a 10-yard run. First down, goal to go for the Gophers.
This is not uncharacteristic for Minnesota over the last month of the season. They've gotten off to fast starts against everybody they played.
The Badgers have not given up a first quarter touchdown all year. They've only allowed 12 points in the first quarter all season long. First and goal for the Gophers at the Wisconsin 5-yard line. Leidner under his center, takes the snap, hands to Rodney Smith, tries the left side, nothing doing. Badgers stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. And that was T.J. Edwards, who was shaken up on the first snap from scrimmage, and he gets involved there as he's back onto the field. A loss of 1 for Smith, and it's second and goal, Minnesota at the Badgers 6-yard line.
Tosh, this is where you have to really respect Leidner again as a running threat. Anytime he fakes belly, he can hit the corner with speed.
11-12 left in the first quarter. The Gophers have taken the opening kickoff, and they are on the move. Trips to the left. Leidner will work out of the shotgun. Rodney Smith to the left of the quarterback. Leidner takes the snap, back to throw, looks, lofts it up, left side, wants Wolotarski, left corner of the end zone, and he cannot hang on. Incomplete. Dakota Dixon on the coverage, and it's third and goal, Minnesota at the Badgers 6.
That's an awfully good throw by Leidner to Wolotarski, who had maybe a half a step on Dixon.
It's a great throw and a really nice route concept where a guy ran basically a corner to the far pylon, had 2 people underneath running slants to kind of cause traffic, and a really good throw, a ball that probably could have been caught.
Third and goal, Minnesota at the Wisconsin 6-yard line. Wolotarski slot left, Rashad still wide left, Eric Carter wide to the right. Leidner in the shotgun, Wolotarski in motion. And when running it is Leidner inside the 5. He'll fight his way to the 3, and that's it. Try to spread him out and run the quarterback north-south. T.J. Edwards was in there as the Badgers keep the Gophers out of the end zone, and on comes Emmett Carpenter and the Gophers field goal unit. Carpenter is 20 of 22 on the year, and he has made 10 in a row. The Badger defense gets stubborn. The Gophers at a first and goal at the 5, and Wisconsin turns them away. This will be a 21-yard field goal attempt, a little right of center. The 2 misses have been from inside 40 yards for Carpenter this year. Here's the snap, and the kick is in the air, and the kick is good, and the Gophers get the first points of the day.
U.S. Bank is a proud sponsor of Wisconsin Athletics. If you have a smartphone or tablet, you can have your bank with you wherever you go. With U.S. Bank Mobile, you'll spend less time managing your money and more time doing the things you love. Sign up today at usbank.com or your app store. Restrictions and fees may apply. U.S. Bank National Association, member FDIC.
On this game day, Good Foods Guacamole would like to salute all you players, no matter what you seem to be playing. You, sir, are a winner. You, ma'am, triumphant, and thumbs up to whatever it is you're doing. So let's hoist a guac-laden chip to all you players out there. Good Foods Guac, made from the freshest avocado and the cleanest ingredients. So here's to all the players and whatever game it is they're trying to play. Game day is Guac Day. Good Foods Guac.
Grab your coat and get your hat. Leave your worries on the doorstep. Just direct your feet on the sunny side of the street.
If we build this, all the legendary players will magically appear, and we'll have sports again. I call it the Field of Fame. Of course, I'll have to tear down the garage, fill in the pool, and lose the trees. So can I get a loan?
So as your friend, I love it, but as your banker, not so much.
Let me talk to the friend.
You could always invest in a college fund.
No, my kids aren't going to college. They're going to work at the stadium.
Our kids are going to college.
Sports are back.
My wife wants to build a college.
And not a moment too soon.
Emmett Carpenter will kick off. 68 kickoffs, 24 touchbacks. He's also yanked 9 kickoffs out of bounds this year. Latrell Jamerson is deep, and Jamerson will catch at the 5 between the hash marks 10, 15 across the 20-yard line, 25, and tripped up, taken down at the 28 in Wisconsin territory. And that's where Alex Hornibrook and the Wisconsin offense will get things started. Maybe. We have penalty markers down here, so let's see what the call is. The referee today is Don Willard.
We should note that Terry Anderson is the line judge. We'll get the call.
During the return, personal foul, illegal block below the waist, kicking team number 17, 15-yard penalty from the end of the run, first down.
Big mistake on the part of the Gophers. I want to correct myself. Terry Anderson is the field judge, and he had a group portrait with his line mates, his officials, before the game. I think this is Terry's final season as a Big Ten official. Done a nice job. He's from the state of Wisconsin.
Remember, he was on that crew that worked one of the greatest college bowl games ever, that Texas USC championship game at the Rose Bowl. He was on that crew, a game that Vince Young and the Longhorns beat USC in a classic game. 5 minutes gone by. It's 3-0 Minnesota leading Wisconsin. And the Badgers starting at their 43-yard line, 1st and 10 for Alex Hornibrook. There's Rob Wheelwright out wide to the right. Jazz Peavy to the left. Tailback is Corey Clement. Austin Ramich, the fullback. The handoff to Clement. Trying to work off the right side across the 45-yard line. Is taken down by Jonathan Celestine, an outside linebacker. This is a very hard-hitting defense. Minnesota, in fact, sometimes over the line. They have been hit with 7 targeting calls, including one to safety Duke McGee last week in the second half. So he is out of commission today, at least for the first half, but will be eligible in the second half this afternoon. 2nd down and 8 for the Badgers at their own 45-yard line. They go right to left as we see it here in the first quarter. Troy Fumagalli, wing right, motions to the left. Hornibrook takes. He'll give it to Clement again, trying to find some space off the right side. There is no space to be had as he is stuffed behind the line of scrimmage. That was Scott Ekpe getting there along the D line for the Gophers, and it's 3rd and 10 for the Badgers at their own 43.
This is what they did against Northwestern. They moved the line of scrimmage, and they played in the Wildcats' backfield as they did on that running attempt.
Yeah, there wasn't a one-man band there. There was a lot of push off of Wisconsin's right side of the line and nowhere for Clement to run.
3rd down and 10 for the Badgers. They have George Rushing out wide to the left. Jazz Peavy slot left, wheel right to the right. Dario Ogunbowale in the backfield. Back to throw, Hornibrook looking, throws to the left, and that is caught by George Rushing. Bumped out of bounds at the 45-yard line of Minnesota. Antonio Chenault over there on the coverage, but the Badgers need 10, and they get 12 and a first down at the Minnesota 45.
Good protection. That's the key to the start to the play, and then a nice throw from Hornibrook to Rushing. Safety who tried to cheat under, but the throw was too good.
Yeah, and that's a tough throw. Far hash to the far sideline. That's where you love to see Hornibrook's arm strength.
8:25 left in the first quarter. 3-0 Minnesota. 1st and 10 for the Badgers. The Gophers 45-yard line. Play fake. Hornibrook screen to the left. Caught by Ogunbowale at the 45-yard line. Dare inside the 40. And he is popped to the turf at the 39-yard line of Minnesota on a gain of 6. That screen pass was effective last week. And Paul Chryst breaks it out early here today against Minnesota. Gain of 6.
When you do that on early downs, that means you're seeing a lot of people up in the box playing the run very aggressively. So a lot of times you think 3rd and long. First down, when you're committing to stop the run, that's also a nice mixer.
Scott Ekpe, defensive tackle, in on the stop for the Gophers. Corey Clement back in there at running back for the Minnesota 39-yard line. 2nd and 4, handoff Clement. Room straight ahead. Little spin move, and he will push the stack for the first down just inside the 35. 7:20 left in the opening period. It's 3-0 Minnesota. The 34-yard line of the Gophers. 1st and 10, handoff. Clement trying to cut to his left, and he lost his footing. Goes to the turf at the 33-yard line at best. And it may not be any gain, as a matter of fact. They'll give him a yard to the 33 of the Gophers. 2nd down and 9 coming up. Clement comes out. Dario Ogunbowale back in.
Love where that was great explosion by Clement there, and good patience to read the cutback. Unfortunately, his foot slipped, or he had a nice 4 or 5 yard pickup there.
George Rushing will come out wide to the right. Quintez Cephas and Jazz Peavy to the left. Peavy will motion to the right. Play fake. Hornibrook middle screen. That's caught by Troy Fumagalli, the tight end, inside the 35 and down to the 32-yard line. Blake Cashman, sophomore out of Eden Prairie, Minnesota, a former teammate, high school teammate of Ryan Conley. Blake Cashman's making a name for himself as a Gophers linebacker this year.
Kind of saw that, a little fake screen to the left where you get maybe the linebackers. You hope to pull the linebackers out. They read the middle screen there to Fumagalli pretty well.
They have not used that middle screen at all this year up until now.
3rd down and 8 for Wisconsin at the Minnesota 32-yard line. 2 receivers either side. Hornibrook in the shotgun. Ogumbawale to the right of the quarterback. Back to throw. Hornibrook looks, throws left seam, and Wheelwright could not hang on. Right in his hands. Looked like just inside the 20-yard line. Jalen Myrick, their best cover corner, over there defensively. As a missed opportunity there, as that looked like that Myrick had nothing to do with that. Wheelwright just could not hang on. 4th down, and Badgers have the punt team on from the Minnesota 32.
Yeah, Myrick had his hands and arms in the air like he did something. Wheelwright dropped that pass.
He did have his hand on his jersey, but the ball should have been caught.
Badgers in punt formation. Snap back to Anthony Lottie, and he will punch this in the air. The Gunners head downfield. Natrell Jamerson, Leo Musso, and they knock it down inside the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at about the 2 of Minnesota. Well done from Anthony Lottie, and the Gunners get down there, and the Gophers start in a deep hole as we have a break in the action.
Badger fans, American Family Insurance wants you to win 2021 Badger football season tickets. Enter now at amfam.com/Badgers.
Rocket drive block? Rush a pole crush? Jam a grand slam? Drunk? That'd be insane. Rolling that? Rolling this? Roll together? Drunk? That would be super insane. Hey, all you ladies and guys, drive sober on the road.
No matter how many wheels you roll.
Cancer is often detected too late. At Exact Sciences, we're working to change lives by helping to detect cancer earlier. Headquartered in Madison, Exact Sciences is growing and needs dedicated, energetic individuals to join our team. You don't have to be a scientist to work at Exact Sciences. We're hiring for our laboratory and customer care teams and have hundreds of job openings for people of all backgrounds and experience levels. Visit exactsciences.com to learn more and join the fight against cancer. Change careers, change lives. Exact Sciences.
As we prepare to move forward, stay healthy. Appreciate life. Be safe. Treasure moments. Plan well.
5:46 left first quarter, 3-0 Minnesota. The Gophers starting at their own 2-yard line. Leidner a play fake, 5 yards deep in his own end zone, fires to the left, and wide open is Drew Wolotarski at the 15 to the 20. Cuts to his right, and he is taken down to the 23-yard line. Just like that, Minnesota's out of the hole on a gain of 21 yards. Leidner to Drew Wolotarski. First down Gophers at their own 23.
On the out-of-town scoreboard, Ohio State has defeated Michigan in double overtime. The final is 30-27.
Wow, and they just made a fourth down play, and they made it by, maybe a whole inch. And Ohio State ends up scoring and winning it in double OT. So up in the air who the East Division rep is going to be. On first down, the Gophers on the ground. Rodney Smith. Well, he's a tough runner. Shannon Brooks is too. We haven't seen him yet. Smith is no slouch either as he pounds his way for about 4 to the we'll call it 4 to the 27 of Minnesota. Second down and 6.
What a critical pitch and catch, though, on first down from Leidner to Wolotarski. They spun Derek Tyndall around. He didn't even know where Wolotarski was on that completion.
That's when you know you're good, when everybody in the house figures he's always the primary target, Wolotarski, but he's so good, he gets open and makes plays. From the 27 of the Gophers, second down and 6. Snap to Leidner, back to throw, has lots of time, and the pass is deflected by Alec James. Incomplete. Wolotarski, the intended receiver, And Alec James, he's done that a few times this year. He gets that big paw up and knocks down the throw. 3rd and 6 for the Gophers at their own 27-yard line.
Well, it's a simple rule for a defensive lineman. If you can't get there, if you can't get home, find a way to get in the passing lane and time your leap.
4:32 left in the first quarter. Minnesota leading 3-0. And Emmett Carpenter, 21-yard field goal on the first drive of the day for Tracy Clay's team. 2 receivers right. Wolitarsky in the slot. Eric Carter wide to the left. Leidner in the shotgun. Smith to his right. Back to throw. Leidner, 4-man rush. Deep ball left side. Carter incomplete at the 35-yard line of the far side in Wisconsin territory. Lubern Figaro on the coverage for Wisconsin. And the Gophers are forced to punt. Well, that's another good-looking pass. Leidner, for a guy they say doesn't throw well, he's throwing some pretty good balls here in his first quarter.
Yeah, that was catchable, as you just said. You just stated it. I don't know if you can throw it any better. It's right there in the receiver's hands, and he just dropped the ball.
Ryan Santoso is on the punt for Minnesota, and this is a short punt and takes a Badger bounce. The Gophers will kill it near midfield. Wisconsin will be starting at its own 48-yard line when play continues. Just a 25-yard punt from Ryan Santoso, and we have a timeout on the field.
Have kids 6th grade and under at home? Join Bucky's Kids Club, presented by Culver's. Register for free at uwbadgers.com/kidsclub.
Preparation. It's the key to success on game day. And like your favorite Badgers on the field, you need to be ready right from the opening kickoff. Cenex has your pregame routine covered. We've got your salty snacks, your sweet treats, ice-cold beverages to wash them down, and fresh tanks of propane to fire up the grill. Fuel your fandom at your local Cenex station. Badger Pride, powered locally.
Buying your first home is the start of realizing bigger dreams with your family. That's why it's important to protect everything you love with American Family Insurance. Wait, what's that?
It's their dream car.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's actually my dream car. And my little dream tire swing with some dream trees. There'll be a nice dream garden right here, too.
Protect your dream home with American Family Insurance.
Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
Some see a grilled cheese sandwich and ask why. I see a new kitchen with a grill and ask why not.
I really need to start adding less to cart and more to savings.
Sitting on this couch so long made me want to make some changes, starting with this couch.
Yeah, I need a house with a different view. And this is the bank that will help you do it all. Because at U.S. Bank, our people are dedicated to turning your new inspiration into your next pursuit.
4:19 left in the first quarter. It's 3-0 Minnesota. The Badgers starting at their own 48-yard line. Bradrick Shaw now in at running back. And on first down, Hornibrook rolls left. He'll throw to the left. A high pass, incomplete, intended for Jazz Peavy. Keontae Harden on the coverage of the 43 of the far side. Ohio State has beaten Michigan in double overtime, 30-27. Patrick Herb, you had a good look at the Badger players who were watching that on the big screen a moment ago.
Yeah, they just showed a replay of the final play of that game, in Ohio State's game-winning touchdown, and a lot of the Badger players were watching. They'll admit that. They had their eyes on it. But as soon as the touchdown was scored, I didn't hear one player say anything about the circumstances or what that means for implications for a Big Ten championship game. They weren't really that focused. They're back onto Minnesota.
It's 2nd and 10 for the Badgers. Here's Bradrick Shaw straight ahead across the 50-yard line. Outside linebacker Jack Lynn gets in there to close the gate quickly. A gain of 4 for Shaw. 3rd down and 6, Wisconsin at the Minnesota 48-yard line. 4 minutes left in the first quarter. 3-0 the Gophers.
Shaw's become a productive option for Wisconsin's tailback rotations. Had 68, 80, and 54 yards each of the last 3 games.
Yeah, workload increasing. He'd get a carry, maybe 2 there for a while. They were important carries, but he's just getting more carries now. 4 receivers, shotgun formation. Dare Ogunbowale, the running back to the right of Alex Hornibrook. Takes the snap, Hornibrook to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. Tries to throw it, and did he get the throw away? Look, they're going to say incomplete pass. Looked like he was already down, as the pressure coming from Yashub Timms on the defensive line. And Hornibrook did well to just get the pass away. 4th down, Wisconsin punting from the Minnesota 48-yard line.
Well, I thought he needed a little bit of awareness in the pocket. It was closing around him. He needed to get that ball out of his hands quicker than he did.
Yeah, that was just a split between Ramczyk and left guard Dietzen. Ran a stunt, and they didn't stop the initial 3 technique outside rush. Got in there and drilled Hornibrook.
Anthony Lottie back to punt. Twin safeties for Minnesota, and this will be fielded at the 8-yard line across the 10. Keontae Harden, 15-yard line, spinning there, and gets stood up by T.J. Edwards. First hit from Garrett Dooley, and the Gophers starting again inside their 20-yard line. 1st and 10. Wisconsin football brought to you by your Wisconsin Ford stores. Visit your local Ford store. Go to buyfordnow.com. Ford go further. 3:15 left in the first quarter. Minnesota 3, Wisconsin nothing.
We've already gotten a little taste how much better the Gophers are defensively, especially in that front 7 versus last year. They're going to be tough to run on today.
Well, it was a patchwork D line against, we should add a patchwork offensive line that Wisconsin brought to Minneapolis for the game last year. 4 redshirt freshmen on the O-line in that game. Wisconsin won and ran very well in the process. Trips to the right. Shannon Brooks now the running back. Pistol formation, and Leidner will keep it, and he'll take it across the 20-yard line and up to about the 21 or 22. So another carry for the Minnesota quarterback. T.J. Edwards getting in there for Wisconsin. A gain of about 5 for Leidner to the 22-yard line. 2nd down and 5 for the Gophers.
They have not run Leidner as much over the last few weeks. But early in the season opener, in fact, he had 13 carries for 76 yards against Oregon State.
Minnesota collectively has not run it particularly well the last 2 games. 2nd down, Leidner will give it to Shannon Brooks off the left side. He'll get a 1st down up across the 25 to the 28-yard line. Brooks, they say, is very, very tough, and he has some quickness to him as well, a sophomore out of Atlanta.
He just explodes. Last year he had 4 runs of 35 or more yards. He can give you the home run on any play.
And you can tell Leidner running the football is affecting this run defense. The ends, which didn't have contain early, now are containing it and not pinching down, and that allowed that run to take place.
2:18 left in the first quarter. 3-0 Minnesota. 1st and 10 for the Gophers at their own 28-yard line. Out of the pistol, snap to Leidner, looking, throws over the middle, caught by Rashad Still, breaking left to right, and he'll have another 1st down up across the 40 to the 44-yard line of the Gophers. Leo Musso on the stop, and another 1st down here for the Gophers, back on the move.
They've shown nice balance in their attack. First-year offensive coordinator is Jay Johnson, and what they've done is mixed it up, but they've run just enough to set up the play action for the throw.
And it's always easier to throw on 1st down, especially when you're running the football as well as Minnesota is. That was as easy as it gets.
Leidner back under center. Tyler Moore eye backs. Colton Beebe lining up at fullback. Shannon Brooks, the tailback, on 1st and 10. Handoff Brooks straight ahead to the 45-yard line. Fights his way to the 46. Gain of a couple. Ryan Conley of Eden Prairie, Minnesota, on the tackle. Gain of 2, 2nd and 8 for the Gophers at their own 46-yard line.
Tosh, what do you see up front with the Minnesota O-line?
They're getting good push there. They had a really nice double team on Alec James off of their left side. They're doing a nice job, but I really think the run fakes and Leidner being effective. I mean, Leidner's got 5 carries for 55 yards. That puts a lot of pressure on a defense to make sure their gap conscious is strong.
Back to the pistol formation for Minnesota on 2nd down and 8. Brooks still in there at running back. Wolotarski, the receiver, in motion left to right. Leidner back to throw, looking, under pressure, tight pocket, pass is caught by Wolotarski across midfield into Wisconsin territory, down to about the 48-yard line of the Badgers. Leidner threading that one through, and Wolotarski on the catch. A 3rd down and a couple coming up. Leo Musso at the bottom of that pile for Wisconsin. 3rd down and a short 2 for the Gophers. Ball just inside the Wisconsin 48-yard line with 33 seconds left in the first quarter.
Badgers brought a corner blitz, but he was picked up by Shannon Brooks. Sojourn Shelton.
Really nice pocket presence there by Leidner to hang in there to make that throw.
Leidner back under center. Shannon Brooks, who's the tailback. Receivers either side. The handoff goes to Brooks. Tries the right side, and he will push, trying to get to the 46. Looks like he's going to be about a half yard short of it. So the Badgers again getting stubborn on 3rd and short on what figures to be the final play of the first quarter. T.J. Edwards getting in there for the Badgers. 4th and 1 at the Badger 47 as the first quarter comes to an end here in Madison.
Badger fans, your team is always working to perform at their highest level, even with the physical stress throughout the season. This is made possible with on-site treatment and recovery, courtesy of the Mueller Sports Medicine Recovery Tent. Mueller Sports Medicine is a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Built in sport, made for life. Mueller.
Hard work, sweat, knowledge in your own 2 hands. These are the tools that build Wisconsin. Leave your mark on the real world with 0 debt and higher pay. All from day one. It's time to do work that works for you. Learn more at buildingwisconsintogether.com.
Grab your coat and get your hat. Leave your worries on the doorstep. Just direct your feet on the sunny side of the street.
My favorite breakfast is Odyssey yogurt. I asked Mommy where it comes from, and she took me to a dairy farm to learn all about milk and, most importantly, cows. Wisconsin cows are definitely the happiest, which means they make the tastiest yogurt. My favorite is blueberry. What's your flavor? Support your local farmers. EIEI Odyssey.
Santoso, his first punt went for 25 yards. This sails into the air. Jazz Peavy will let it sail over his head and into the end zone. So Santoso misses a chance to pin Wisconsin deep. Badgers will start at their 20-yard line.
And on that last defensive stop by Wisconsin, give credit to T.J. Edwards and Finn Spiegel, who also got an assist on the tackle. Beagle's been very good against Minnesota in each of the last 2 years. He's had 6 tackles. Last year, 2 TFLs and the only sack. 2 years ago, he also had the only sack against Minnesota.
Badgers going north to south, left to right as we view it in the second quarter.
50-year senior gets an opportunity to see if he can move the offense. Bart Houston.
Well, this is the rotation, what they're going with here. This tag team has worked. Both quarterbacks, they're being honest, they're not crazy about it, but they're making it work, settling into their roles. 1st and 10 for the Badger 20-yard line. Houston will give it to Corey Clement over the left side of the line, and he'll take it up to the 23-yard line on a gain of 3. Now, Houston in this role, they haven't asked him to throw it a lot, but, from the look back since the Iowa game, he's 16 of 23 for 262 yards, 3 touchdowns and 1 interception. Efficiency rating of 199, pretty good.
And he's opened up the attack a little bit with his ability to run on any type of read option play.
2nd down and 7 for the Badgers at their own 23. Houston under his center, Michael Dieter. Double wide to the right, Peavy wide, wheel right in the slot. Rolling right is Houston, throwing right. Peavy the catch across the 30, curls up across the 35, and he'll fight his way to the 38-yard line of the 1st down. Deontay Harden, Antoine Winfield getting in there for the Gophers, and they'll mark it to 37, a 1st down for the Badgers.
I always love when you just brought a quarterback off the bench, you get him out moving and able to make a nice, clean, easy throw to kind of start establishing a little bit of rhythm. And when you're mixing quarterbacks, that's very important to try to gain.
Winfield getting the start today ahead of Duke McKee, who has to sit out the first quarter because of the targeting. He's got some pretty good bloodlines, doesn't he, Matt?
Yeah, the old man was a Thorpe Award winner at Ohio State back in the 90s. Pretty good NFL career as well. 3 times earning All-Pro recognition. From the 37 of Wisconsin, 1st and 10. Peavy in motion, right to left. They'll jet sweep it left. Flag down. Peavy to the 40, 45, and brought down by Celestine near midfield. But a penalty marker on the Badger side of the line of scrimmage.
Minnesota lined up in the neutral zone, and then he shifted, and he still stayed offsides.
Yeah, that was on the stem right before the snap.
Nose guard.
Here's a call.
Offside. Defense number 93. That penalty's declined. Result of the play. 1st down.
That's Merrick Jackson, a junior D lineman out of East St. Louis, Illinois. He's been pretty good. Part of that deep defensive line rotation the Gophers have, but a mistake there. But the Badgers will take the play and a 1st down run for Peavy. 13 yards. The Badgers have it at midfield. 1st and 10. A little more than a minute and a half gone by in the second quarter. It's 3-0 Minnesota. Peavy will come out wide to the right. Rob Wheelwright slot to the right. Alec Ingold and Corey Clement in the I formation. Behind Houston, Bart back to throw. A deep drop. Looks, whips it to the left side, and that is caught by Troy Fumagalli inside the 40 and out of bounds at the 38-yard line of Minnesota. Gain of 12 and a first down as Houston finds his tight end, Fumagalli. The first down play, Myrick on the coverage for the Gophers.
Really loved Ramczak's set there. The left tackle, patience. Had a guy screaming off the edge. Instead of lunging out there, just patiently rode his guy by and allowed Bart Houston to step into that, which was a very difficult throw to the short side of this field.
Yeah, and Fumagalli got a clean release off the line of scrimmage, and you don't normally get that type of matchup or want it, the tight end against the corner, but they made it work.
1st and 10, Wisconsin at the Minnesota 38-yard line. Eric Steffes, a tight end, motions right to left. Houston on first down will hand it to Clement. Room off the left edge. 35. Bangs his way inside the 30. Jalen Myrick will force him out. They'll mark at the 28 of Minnesota right at the stick. And that will be a first down. Gain of 10 for Corey Clement.
Well, I'm sorry, Matt. Go ahead.
I say the second quarter was golden last week against Purdue. The Badgers put 35 points on the board. And now trying to get something going early in the second today.
I was just going to mention Kyle Penniston got a really good block to seal everybody inside. So the two backup tight ends or two secondary tight ends, Steffes and Penniston with blocks.
And the Gopher 28, 1st and 10, Wisconsin. Wheelwright and Peavy out wide to the right. Clement the running back. Peavy now in motion to the left. Here's the handoff to Corey Clement. He's hit behind the line of scrimmage. And down he goes. Getting there was Nick Rawlis, 50-year senior, middle linebacker, younger brother of Mike Rawlis, who was a good linebacker for the Gophers just a few years ago. It was a gain of, or I should say a loss of 2, 2nd and 12 for the Badgers at the Minnesota 30.
They had trouble blocking Rawlis last year. Even though they ran the ball effectively, Rawlis had 9 tackles, 2.5 TFLs against Wisconsin.
11 and a half minutes left in the second quarter. It's 3-0 Minnesota. Dario Gumbawale in at running back. Houston stays under center. Play fake. They tease the end around. Houston steps up into the pocket. One pump. Now throws to the right. Quintez Cephas the catch inside the 10-yard line. Forced out by Keontae Harden at the 8 of Minnesota. First down. Goal to go. Houston kept the play alive. Found Cephas. And the Badgers are in the Case IH red zone. 1st and goal at the 8.
Well, he resisted the temptation to run the ball, and it was there if he wanted to run it, but he hung in the pocket, stepped up when he could, and then found Cephas isolated on Harden. Nice throw by Houston.
And that was all set up by the really nice job protecting Dietzen, running his guy by Ramczyk. Big pocket to step into. There was a lot of room there to run, but he kept his eyes down the field and made the throw.
Play clock winding down. They beat the play clock. Here's the handoff to Clement on 1st and goal, and Corey taken down at the 7. Again, that was Keontae Harden. The secondary, a cornerback out of Webb City, Missouri. 2nd down and goal, Wisconsin at the Minnesota 7-yard line. 10:30 left in the half. It's 3-0 the Gophers.
Pretty good reactions, too, by number 50, Jack Lynn, the outside linebacker, on the cutback attempt by Corey Clement.
The ball was floating there a little bit. He didn't have that high and tight. That's something down, especially down in the red zone. Keep the ball secure.
Ingold the fullback, Clement the tailback on 2nd and goal. Handoff Clement off the left side, turns it up inside the 5. Clement is able to work his way down to the 1. And it'll be 3rd and goal. Jack Lynn up off the stack for the Gophers, among others. As Clement picking his way through and then driving it down to the 1 where it's 3rd and goal.
Nice block thrown by the fullback Ingold on Celestine, the outside linebacker, number 13.
3rd and goal. Bart Houston with a long look to the sideline to get the signal. Joins his teammates in the huddle with a play clock at 15. 3rd and goal, Wisconsin at the Minnesota 1. Xander Neville in the lineup now for Wisconsin. A lot of beef up front. Ingold the fullback. Clement the tailback. Handoff Ingold over the right side, and no signal yet. Looks like he'll be a little short. Badgers love to give it to the fullback in short yardage situations, and the Gophers well aware and very stingy against it. It'll be a 4th and goal for Wisconsin. 9:18 and counting. Or actually, the clock is stopped at 9:18. Penalty marker on the play. Here's a call.
short of the goal line. Offside. Defense. Penalize half the distance to the goal line. Repeat, third down.
That is a big mistake there for Minnesota. Big break here for the Badgers, as it'll be 3rd and goal again.
Those D linemen are always pushing the envelope with lining up on the ball.
I thought he broke the plane with the ball. We'll see if they go look to the replay.
They are going to take a look. There will be a replay review here with 9:18 left in the half. And I want to tell you what, this looked like he got the ball across the plane. The question is, it's a big pile of humanity there, and there's a good goal line view from BTN, but it's hard to tell whether Ingold had a knee or any part of the body other than the hands and the feet on the ground, but he stretched the ball across the plane. But the left knee might have been down first. It's really hard to tell. Replay official is Steve Beckman. At the moment, the ball's at the half-yard line, 3rd and goal, but they are reviewing it.
Well, the safety net was Minnesota being offside for a second time on this series.
Steve Beckman, the replay official.
See, I think he was on a body. His knees didn't touch the ground. I think he used one of his own players as a cushion to get that ball across the goal line.
Definitely got the ball across. What's hard to tell, we're seeing more of a backside goal line angle from the Big Ten Network right now, which you really can't conclude anything. But let's find out together what the call is going to be.
After further review, the ball carrier reached the ball across the plane before he was down. It is a touchdown.
Well, there you go. They'll take it. Ingold to the end zone for the first touchdown of the game, capping a 10-play drive for the Badgers, 6-3 Wisconsin.
Ingold's become pretty reliable in those short yardage situations where they're picking up first downs or now a touchdown.
Andrew Endicott on to attempt the extra point. Impressive drive here for the Badgers against a stubborn Minnesota defense. Endicott's extra point is in the air, and it is good. The forward scoring drive, 10 plays, 80 yards. Took 5.5 minutes for the Badgers to get the lead.
The Wisconsin Department of Transportation reminds you to always drive sober. Zero in Wisconsin. Together, we can save lives. Get the Drive Sober app today.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. WEAbenefits.com.
Hey Badger fans, Mott's Matt for Brewpub Lots and Mott's Pizzas. Absolutely loving these Dream Season Badger games from back in the day. Hey, speaking of back in the day, remember when frozen pizzas were like a piece of cardboard laden with a flavorless sauce, topped with ingredients you'd reach after 5 bites, then sparsely decorated with cheese? Well, not anymore. Brewpub Lots and Mott's Pizzas came along and were a game changer. A crispy, thin cracker crust topped with a bold sauce, loaded with quality meat and veggie toppings, then bombarded with over half a pound of award-winning mozzarella cheese. Brewpub Pizzas, the perfect pizza, no matter the season.
Badgers have had it for the last 12 years, trying to make it a 13th here today. P.J. Rosowski with a kickoff, and this hangs up in the air. Deontay Harden at the 18-20, right side, 25-30. He's loose to the 40. Harden to midfield, to the 40, to the 30, 25 to the 20, inside the 15, and finally run down inside the 15-yard line of Wisconsin by Natrell Jamerson. So P.J. Rosowski, who's been terrific at kickoffs, popped one up. Now there is a breeze from the south, but that was a mishit, and the Gophers with a great opportunity at the 13-yard line of Wisconsin.
Well, give credit to Harden for taking advantage of that short kick. Had a lot of hang time, but it broke down. Wisconsin broke down in some of its lanes. Just simple fundamentals.
And that's one of the problems when you have a bunch of touchbacks during the season. You don't get as many reps at that. That's an example there. Nice return by the Gophers, setting themselves up for a drive here.
69-yard return, 1st and 10 Gophers at the Wisconsin 13. Snap to Leiter, throws over the middle to the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Drew Wolotarski over the middle, and just like that, the Gophers regain the lead. It's 9-7, Minnesota.
Badgers working on the safety. Dixon, man-to-man play with Wolotarski, the best receiver. Clutches hands for the Gophers. Just a slant route. Good protection for Leitner, delivered the ball on time.
I know there's been a lot of talk about Leitner not being able to throw the football. Today, he has been on point all afternoon.
He has. Had a couple of drops, but this one he buzzed right into the hands of Wolotarski. It's his 5th touchdown catch of the year, the 7th touchdown throw of the year for Leitner. Emmett Carpenter with the extra point try. It's in the air, and he shoots this through. The Badger lead doesn't last long as Minnesota comes right back, taking advantage of a big kick return from Keontae Harden.
We've missed you. Wisconsin football season tickets are now available. For details, visit uwbadgers.com.
As a Wisconsin Badgers football fan, you probably know a thing or two about consistent, top-quality performance. Hi, I'm Gary Leeper, General Manager at Dairyland Seed, and for over 110 years, we've been delivering nothing but the industry's best seed designed to deliver higher yields and unmatched quality to farmers in all environments and conditions. So just as you can bet on Bucky dominating the ground game, you can count on Dairyland Seed to be your most valuable partner each and every season. Dairyland Seed, proud sponsor of Wisconsin football and Wisconsin farmers.
On this game day, Good Foods Guacamole would like to salute all you players, no matter what you seem to be playing. You, sir, are a winner. You, ma'am, triumphant, and thumbs up to whatever it is you're doing. So let's hoist a guac-laden chip to all you players out there. Good Foods Guac, made from the freshest avocado and the cleanest ingredients. So here's to all the players and whatever game it is they're trying to play. Game day is Guac Day. Good Foods Guac.
Because of this, we made Ford Super Duty the most capable heavy-duty pickup ever. Because of this, we built Ford F-150 with 375 horsepower and best-in-class payload.
Rescue 614 en route.
Because of this, we built Ford Ranger with the terrain management system. And because Ford trucks are built for this, you made Ford America's best-selling brand.
Emmett Carpenter on the run-up, and the kick is in the air. Dario Gumbawale, or make that Natrell Jamerson, muffed it a couple of yards deep, and he'll just go ahead and take the touchback. Badgers will start at their 25-yard line. 9:05 left in the first half. It is 10-7 Minnesota. Earlier today, Ohio State beat Michigan in double overtime, 30-27. They're early in the second quarter in State College with Michigan State leading Penn State 6-3. So Wisconsin next week will play either Ohio State or Penn State. They'll play Ohio State if Penn State falls today. They'll play Penn State if Penn State wins today.
On Wisconsin's previous possession, the scoring drive, Bart Houston was 3 of 3 for 48 yards, completions of 14 to Peavy, 12 to Fumagalli, and 22 to Cephas.
Austin Ramish, Bradrick Shaw, I should say, the backfield combo. They're offset behind Houston. And the Badger 25-yard line. Peavy in motion to the right. Play fake. Houston swings it to the left. Caught by Fumagalli. At the 25 to the 30. 35 to the 40. To the 45-yard line goes Troy Fumagalli. Good looking play and a first down for Wisconsin. They'll mark at the 45 of the far side and make it the 46 of the far side on a gain of 21 yards. Demarius Travis, the safety over there to make the tackle for the Gophers. 1st and 10 for the Badgers at their own 46.
Josh Fumagalli delayed just enough. Looked like he was going to block, then got out into the boundary of the flat for that screen pass.
And that's at least the third screen pass we've seen up to this point. We're only 8 minutes into the second quarter.
From the 46 of Wisconsin, 1st and 10, Austin Ramish, Bradrick Shaw, In the I formation, the handoff to Shaw. Hit behind the line of scrimmage, and down he goes. Jonathan Celestine getting in there defensively, along with Galen Elmore, defensive end out of Somerset, Wisconsin. Loss of a yard, 2nd and 11 for the Badgers at their own 45.
It's kind of funny when I was watching Fumagalli catch that screen pass and he took off. I was waiting for PV-like speed because there was absolutely nobody in front of him, but he was lumbering a little bit like a tight end.
You're seeing a lot of penetration by Minnesota, and that's probably why you're seeing the screen passes. That was an example of one that Minnesota won.
2 receivers either side. Shotgun snap to Houston on 2nd and 11. Quick pass to the right side, and it's through the hands of Fumagalli. Incomplete, just across midfield. Antoine Winfield on the coverage, and it's 3rd and 11 for the Badgers at their own 45. 7:51 left in the half. 10-7 Minnesota.
Well, they brought linebacker pressure. Houston couldn't wait, and a split second longer, he'd have been sacked. Good throw. I thought it was a good hard throw by Bart.
Good throw with the guy in his face. That's a ball that Fumagalli catches 9 out of 10 times, and instead of it being 3rd and 4 or 5, now you're set up a 3rd and 11.
Gophers put a couple of backers right on the edge. Julian Huff and Carter Coughlin. They like to do that, mix things up defensively. 2 receivers right, 1 on the left. Shotgun snap to Houston on 3rd and 11. He'll shoot it to the right side, and it's incomplete. A high pass intended for George Rushing. Jalen Myrick on the coverage, but Rushing was available, but the pass off target. And the Badgers are punting from their own 45 on 4th and 11.
That's a case there. It's a tough throw from the far hash to the sideline. And if you make that catch, that's where this momentum swing keeps going. And Wisconsin really could have used a nice drive to try to recapture it after Minnesota's one-play touchdown drive.
Twin safeties, Antonio Chenault and Keontae Harden for the Gophers. As the kick is in the air from Anthony Lottie, hit it well. Chenault backpedaling at the 10-yard line, running up the right hash mark, cutting left across the 15, and he is taken down from behind by Luburn Figaro, shy of the 20-yard line. A 45-yard punt, 7 on the return. Gophers will start at their 17-yard line.
Hey there, Badgers. Good Foods Guacamole would like to celebrate all you fans, so let's hoist a guac-laden chip to the Badgers, because game day is guac day. Visit goodfoods.com to learn more, and be sure to like on Facebook and follow on Instagram at Good Foods.
In these challenging, uncertain, uncharted times, you stand strong. No matter the conditions you face, you get the job done. You are the backbone of our communities.
Sleek, innovative, efficient. If it looks like next-gen technology, that's because it is. Introducing new Infinity products with GreenSpeed intelligence from Carrier. They deliver leading efficiency and can even receive over-the-air updates, just like your smartphone. Now you can keep your heating and cooling software up to date for enhanced performance. It's space-age innovation, all designed for your space. Carrier. Turn to the experts.
Rock a drive block? Rush a pole crush? Jam a grand slam? Drunk? Drunk? That'd be insane! Roll in that? Roll in this? Roll together? Drunk? That would be super insane! Hey, all you ladies and guys. Drive sober on the road. No matter how many wheels you roll.
Pistol formation for the Gophers. Shannon Brooks is behind the quarterback, Mitch Leitner. And first down, the handoff to Brooks. Big hole up the middle, 20-25. Across the 30-yard line to the 35. Dakota Dixon brings him down, a huge hole. And Shannon Brooks blasting right through it. First down run of 18 yards.
Musso came down from safety to kind of help and run support. He got bottled up, and this is some things we haven't seen a lot from this Wisconsin defense. Gaping holes like that, that hasn't been the case, especially in the middle of this defense.
On the Minnesota 35, 1st and 10, 2 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. Leitner will read it. He will keep it across the 35. Gets belted at the 37-yard line, driven back by T.J. Edwards. He said Leitner has a lot of size to him, and that comes in handy. It looked like Obasi was the first player to get to him. Leitner, a 235-pounder, fifth-year senior. It's a gain of 2 to the 37 of Minnesota. Second down and 8.
Well, what we've seen is the Gophers open up some of those running lanes for backs with that front five. It's been put together through the junior college ranks, but they're pretty stout.
6.5 minutes left in the second quarter. It's 10-7 Minnesota. Shannon Brooks stays in there at running back. And the handoff to Brooks, hit by T.J. Edwards behind the line of scrimmage. Down goes Brooks at the 35-yard line. Loss of a couple, make it 3rd and 10 for Minnesota.
Right there, just reading and reacting to what he saw. In Minnesota, we just gave their front five a lot of credit for blocking guys up. That time, nobody accounted for T.J. Edwards. Read it, went and made the play in the backfield, setting up a 3rd and 10.
Gophers are 1 of 4 today on 3rd down. 3rd down and 10 for the Gophers at their own 35. 2 receivers left, 1 on the right. Shotgun formation, snap to Leitner. Pressure coming, down goes Leitner. Vince Beagle and T.J. Watt punishing the Minnesota quarterback. They'll mark at the 29 in Gophers territory, 4th and long.
They've done this a few times this year where they use Beagle and Watt coming off the same edge. It caused confusion for that right offensive tackle.
Well, it did there, and also their tailback Shannon Brooks slipped, and that allowed a free run at the quarterback to bring down the sack.
Ryan Santoso on the punt. Jazz Peavy is deep, and he'll have some room here as he backpedals to his own 14-yard line, left side, weaving across the 20 and to the 21-yard line. The long snapper, Peyton Jordahl, getting down there. That was a 57-yard punch, 7-yard return. And Wisconsin back on offense at its own 21-yard line. Exactly 5 minutes left in the half. Minnesota 10, Wisconsin 7.
That was a really nice job, though, of Wisconsin getting creative. And when you get Minnesota in 3rd and 10, you want to make sure you're putting pressure on. And again, with Leitner's penchant to kind of throw some balls up, be a great opportunity there to maybe get a ball that you can make a play on or get a sack. In that instance, it was a sack.
Corey Clement back in there at running back, 9 carries, 23 yards. That is it for Clement so far on first down. Back to throw, Alex Hornibrook back in there, and a right side pass is caught by Jazz Peavy up to the 30-yard line on a gain of 9. Keontae Harden on the tackle. So Paul Chris goes back to the left-hander, redshirt freshman Alex Hornibrook, to direct this second quarter drive. 2nd and 1 for the Badgers at their own 30.
Not much of a window there, but the ball was delivered perfectly by Hornibrook.
And again, first time back out after being on the bench for 2 drives. Move out of the pocket, try to get an easy throw, establish a little rhythm.
Peavy and wheel right, double wide to the left on second down. Handoff Clement off the left side. He'll get the first down. Needed only a yard, got a little more than that. They may give him a couple up to the 32-yard line. First down for the Badgers from the American Family Insurance broadcast booth. We'll tell you we have 4:22 and counting left in the first half. It's 10-7 Minnesota.
We've talked about the emotions for seniors. I've always wondered how that applies to a running back like Corey Clement, who sometimes tends to get over emotional, and it affects his running, his patience.
We always talk about wanting the running backs to stay on the track. First down for the 31-yard line of Wisconsin. Handoff to Clement, straight ahead. He is knocked down at the 33. Just a couple of yards there for Clement. 2nd down and 8 for Wisconsin.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting point, Mike, because obviously there's a lot of emotions that come into play. But I think Minnesota is getting him off of the track because they've been playing on the other side of the ball a lot more than I anticipated coming in. This front 7 that they have out there is winning the battle right now.
The Gophers defensively are 3rd in the league against the run. They have been salty against it on second down. Hornibrook to throw. Under pressure, backside. Hornibrook flushed off to his left, throwing incomplete. Rob Wheelwright, the intended receiver, Demarius Travis over there on the coverage. And there's Hornibrook, who is down in the Minnesota bench area, and he is hurt. And there is some jawing going on between some Badger offensive linemen and Minnesota defensive players, as Hornibrook is down on his back. I was watching the ball. I didn't see Alex.
I saw a body flying in there late. That's all I'm saying, after he was tackled. And I think that's what spurred on the reaction by some of his linemen.
There was pressure coming from Winston De Latta Bodier on the defensive line. He was putting the heat on Hornibrook as he got hit hard by Jack Lynn right at the end, as Hornibrook threw the ball. And they're going to review this. If you think there is a potential targeting penalty, the replay official can call for the review. That's one of the differences this year from past years. And Lynn may have led with the helmet. Minnesota has been guilty of 7 targeting penalties this year.
Lynn was one of those in that 7.
Hornibrook working his way over to the Wisconsin sideline now, so he is up and walking. I would imagine he's going to have to go through a few things on this Wisconsin sideline as Bart Houston gets ready to come back in.
I think the damage there, I'm not sure if he was targeted, but his head, when he was whipped down and the back of his head just slammed into the turf, and I think that's where the issues are going to have. You're going to be checking for concussion protocol because that was a pretty his head whipped pretty good, and it hit dead center on the back of the turf.
Yeah, and I'm looking at this replay here from Lynn. I think you could make the strong argument that he led with his left shoulder. That may have been what first made contact here, and there may not be a targeting call, but let's find out together. Here's the referee, Don Willard.
This review is for a medical stoppage. There is no foul in the play. The player must leave the game for one play.
Yeah, I almost thought it could have been a late hit. I didn't think it was he led with his head. It was more the shoulder, but it was definitely one step. It was right on the line of whether or not it was a late hit or not.
So after all of that, it'll be 3rd down and 8 for the Badgers at their own 33-yard line. We have 3:19 left in the half. Minnesota 10, Wisconsin 7. And now Houston back in there for Wisconsin. Bart 4 of 6 through the air for 69 yards. Wheelwright comes out to the left, rushing wide to the right. Peavy slot to the right. Houston in the shotgun, and penalty markers fly. Movement up front.
I think it was Bo Bentrall.
Yeah.
Offense, number 66, 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
So make it 3rd and 13 for the Badgers at their own 28-yard line. Wisconsin on 3rd down, 2 of 5 so far today.
And these are not the ideal down and distance situations for this football team, nor any football team, to be 3rd and long.
3rd and 13 from the Wisconsin 28-yard line. 2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Ogunbowale now in there at running back. Snap to Houston out of the shotgun, steps up into the pocket, throws over the middle, and Peavy dropped the ball across the 45-yard line. He had room over Keontae Harden. That pass looked to be money, but Jazz could not hang on, and a big play turns into an incomplete pass. Badgers punting on 4th and long.
Well, maybe it's the emotion of the rivalry itself. We've seen drops on both sides today.
That was an absolute strike by Bart Houston, right where he needed to go. Not unable to catch it. That's an easy first down and a big pickup. That was a drop by Peavy.
Anthony Lottie on the punt for Wisconsin. Twin safeties again for Minnesota. Kick in the air, backpedaling is Keontae Harden across the 30-yard line, and he fights his way to the 32. And getting down there was T.J. Watt, a 45-yard punt. 6 on the return. 3:03 left in the first half. Minnesota 10, Wisconsin 7. Both teams have all 3 timeouts.
You don't have to be a scientist to work at Exact Sciences. Visit exactsciences.com to view the company's hundreds of open jobs and join the fight against cancer.
Buying your first home is the start of realizing bigger dreams with your family. That's why it's important to protect everything you love with American Family Insurance. Wait, what's that?
It's their dream car.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's actually my dream car. And my little dream tire swing with some dream trees. There'd be a nice dream garden right here, too.
Protect your dream home with American Family Insurance.
Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
Here in the Midwest, community is important.
Having a healthcare system that's looking out for us,
That's actively addressing the racial disparities in healthcare is important.
When we can get good quality care,
We can do more. We can achieve more.
we can be the kind of community we want to be, and that's really important.
UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
On this game day, Good Foods Guacamole would like to salute all you players, no matter what you seem to be playing. You, sir, are a winner. You, ma'am, triumphant, and thumbs up to whatever it is you're doing. So let's hoist a guac-laden chip to all you players out there. Good Foods Guac, made from the freshest avocado and the cleanest ingredients. So here's to all the players and whatever game it is they're trying to play. Game day is Guac Day. Good Foods Guac.
From the American Family Insurance broadcast booth alongside Mike Lucas and Mark Tauscher, I'm Matt LePay. Patrick Herb working the sidelines per usual here today. From the 32 of Minnesota, 1st and 10 for the Gophers. 2 receivers to the left, 1 on the right. Pistol formation. And the handoff to Rodney Smith has room across the 35 to the 40-yard line, and Leon Jacobs will whip him to the turf at the 43. And Minnesota getting some things done between the tackles with his running game. First down on a gain of 11 to the Gopher 43.
Yeah, that was directed to the right side of the formation. Number 79 is the right tackle, Jonah Persick. He's the most experienced lineman, 3rd year as a starter for the Gophers.
The Badgers give up on average 98 rushing yards a game. Minnesota has 103 rushing yards. We have 2:40 left in the first half. For the 43 of Minnesota, 1st and 10, snap to Leitner, back to throw, pressured by Sheehy. Leitner rolls off to his right, 1 pump, now he throws, pass caught by Wolotarski at the 30 to the 25, and pushed out of bounds by T.J. Edwards. Well, Leitner, a great job of keeping that play alive, finds Wolotarski, and in the meantime, a Badger is down and shaken up, and it's Leo Musso, the senior free safety.
Musso came up with Sojourn Shelton on that pass and collided with Shelton. That's how he got hurt.
That was a very ill-advised throw by Leitner. He got out on the move and was able to avoid Sheehy's rush and threw into really double coverage. What a catch. One-handed, snared it down, and was able to pick up the first down. This Wolotarski, he's a pretty good player.
Well, he's a special player. And you can call him possession receiver. You can call him what you want. He's caught at least 1 pass in 25 straight games, so call him consistent.
Call him good. Let's go down the field, Patrick.
Well, a little update on the sidelines here. Alex Hornibrook was taken inside a tent, which is a new thing this year to give them some privacy and some quiet a little bit to evaluate injuries on the sidelines. They have that right in the bench. They took him in there for evaluation for a little while. He has since emerged and now been taken into the Wisconsin locker room. He walked there under his own power, but they did take him in with only 2.5 minutes left in this half. I think they want to get him inside to further evaluate him. We'll probably get another update coming out of the half.
With Leo Musso out, Joe Ferguson is in the secondary now. 35-yard play, first down for the Gophers at the Wisconsin 22-yard line. 2:16 left in the half. Gophers lead 10-7. Trips to the left out of the pistol formation. Handoff Leitner keeping it. Read it, kept it, off to the left, and he'll take it inside the 20 and down to about the 18-yard line. Vince Beagle over there, Dakota Dixon as well, and Dixon a little slow to get up, but he says he's all right. Leo Musso also getting back into the game after sitting out 1 play. And a timeout taken with 1:53 here left in the half. The officials have stopped play. I don't think this is a charge timeout. Let's go down to the referee.
The defense must leave the game for 1 play. Please reset the game clock to 1 minute 58 seconds. 1:58, it'll start on my signal.
All right, Dakota Dixon's going to have to come out for 1 play. He was slow to get up, so he's going to have to come out for 1 play, and Joe Ferguson now is in for Dixon.
That's a pretty good illustration of how big and strong Leitner is, because Dixon gave him his best shot and fell off him.
2nd down and 5 for the Gophers at the Wisconsin 17-yard line. 1:58 left in the half. Gophers up by 3 and threatening. Wolotarski wide right, motions left, play fake. Leitner spins off to his right, under pressure, and throws it up and away, incomplete. Alec James and T.J. Edwards putting the heat on Leitner. And Leitner throws it away. It's 3rd and 5 Minnesota at the Wisconsin 17-yard line with 1:46 left in the half.
It was Vince Beagle in pass coverage, though, that took away, I think, his intended receiver, number 44, Colton Beebe. So he rolls right looking for his tight end. But Beagle was just running with him, so he had no open receiver, and he had to throw it away.
3rd down and 5 for the Gophers. Still wide right, Wolotarski slot right. Eric Carter wide to the left. Pistol formation, Rodney Smith behind Leitner. Snap to Leitner, play fake, looking, he'll throw to the right, and that is caught by Rashad Still. Just rolls to the turf at the 7-yard line. Natrell Jamerson on the coverage. Jamerson got too deep and still came back to get it. First and goal, Minnesota at the 7 with 1:39 left in the half.
Perfectly executed route and throw. Receiver coming back to a back shoulder throw by Leidner against Jamerson.
And good protection there by Minnesota's offensive line. Had a nice pocket for Leidner to step into, and that was a well-designed back shoulder, easy pickup to set up a first and goal for Minnesota.
1:18 and counting left in the half. First and goal for the Wisconsin 7-yard line. Colton Beebe, the tight end, motions right to left on first down. Handoff Rodney Smith. He gets inside the 5, bangs his way down to the 2. He's fighting for every yard he can get. TJ Watt will stop the progress. Second and goal for Minnesota. And now the Gophers will take their first time out of the half with 59 seconds left in it.
Well, they're nasty in the middle of that line with that Tyler Moore, the center, and the 2 guards.
Badger defensive players trying to get the student section cranked up. Gophers driving toward that north end zone. Second and goal at the 3. 59 seconds left in the half. 10-7 Minnesota. Rashad Still comes out to the right. Drew Wolotarski to the left. Smith, the running back. Wolotarski starts in motion. And reading it, keeping it, Leidner. Breaks a tackle of Garrett Dooley. Leidner to the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Mitch Leidner in for his 10th rushing touchdown of the year, and it's 16-7, the Gophers.
Well, they had a lot going on there. They faked the jet sweep. They also have flow going to the right side of the formation. Leidner just takes the ball and goes left.
Again, Dooley there was in a position to make the play, and it's a lot to ask when you have to contain and make the play, and Leidner was able to kind of get out from under his shoestring attempt, and then a nice block to fit on Dakota Dixon to finish off that touchdown run.
Emmett Carpenter to attempt the extra point and try to give Minnesota a 10-point lead. The kick is in the air, and the kick is good. We'll step out. 53 seconds left in the half. 17-7 Minnesota. This is Badger football from Learfield.
Craving news on Wisconsin spring football? Stay tuned at halftime for an exclusive spring football report and the latest news from Wisconsin athletics.
Rocket drive block? Rush a pole crush? Jam a grand slam? Drunk? Drunk? That'd be insane. Roll in that? Roll in this? Roll together? Drunk? That would be super insane. Hey, all you ladies and guys, drive sober on the road, no matter how many wheels you roll.
Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, whenever you want. In your life and on your farm, Case IH AFS Connect gives you more control. Monitor your operation, manage your fleet and your farm data your way. Case IH, rethink productivity.
226 total yards for Minnesota, 141 for the Badgers. Emmett Carpenter with the kick in the air, and there will be no return. Latrell Jamerson doesn't even move as that sails well beyond the back line of the end zone. And the Badgers starting at their 25. They have all of their timeouts, 53 seconds with which to work.
I think the single biggest play, though, in this half was that kickoff return by Deontay Harden after the Badgers took the lead. All of a sudden, you saw that sideline, Minnesota sideline, jumping up and down, took one play to get in the end zone, changed the whole complexion of the game again.
It has, and here will be interesting. This is the Mike Lucas special coming up here, the probe play, to see what happens here, because you don't want to get too crazy and have a turnover here. See what happens here on first down, and then go. Hopefully you go down and be able to get some points.
Bart Houston in there at quarterback. He'll work out of the shotgun on first down, and the handoff goes to Dare Ogunbowale trying to run off to his right. Nothing there, and Keontae Harton will take Dare down for a loss of 1. To the 24 of Wisconsin. Clock running, 42 seconds left in the half. It is second down and 11, and the Badgers, after not liking what that probe play produced, will go ahead and take their time.
Yeah, it's a very shallow probe.
Well, they just haven't been able to run the ball in this half.
Badgers with 42 rushing yards in this first half. 25 seconds left in the second quarter. 2 receivers left, one on the right. High snap out of the shotgun. The give to Ogunbowale, running off the left side across the 25 into the 28 or 29-yard line. Demarius Travis on the tackle, and it looks like Wisconsin's going to let it run down. The Badgers will get the kickoff to begin the second half, and it looks like Paul Christ is just going to play this as safe as possible. And the game clock will hit 0, and we hit the end of the first half here in Madison. The Minnesota Golden Gophers playing like a team that is more than sick and tired of watching Wisconsin do the parade lap with the Paul Bunyan axe. Minnesota will go into the locker room with a 10-point lead here in Madison.
On the Badger Sports Network, this is the Wisconsin Football Dream Season, presented by American Family Insurance. Also brought to you by your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers, inviting you to visit your local Ford store or buyfordnow.com. UW Health Sports Medicine, treating the Badgers, treating you. Visit uwsportsmedicine.org. The Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and respected contractors, building Wisconsin together. And by DeKalb, winning has roots. Perform at your best with DeKalb brand corn. This is Badger Halftime.
It's halftime of our dream season matchup. The Gophers get a late second quarter touchdown. The Badgers have some work to do. Minnesota leading Wisconsin 17-7. Coming up on our halftime report, presented by NBC 15 and Madison CW, Chris Hall has a conversation with head coach Paul Christ on the recently concluded spring football practices, something they didn't get to have last year, and the benefits of having spring ball this year as the Badgers get ready for the season opener in September against Penn State. This is the Wisconsin Football Dream Season, presented by American Family Insurance.
Preparation. It's the key to success on game day. And like your favorite Badgers on the field, you need to be ready right from the opening kickoff. Cenex has your pre-game routine covered. We've got your salty snacks, your sweet treats, ice-cold beverages to wash them down, and fresh tanks of propane to fire up the grill. Fuel your fandom at your local Cenex station. Badger Pride, powered locally.
My favorite breakfast is Odyssey yogurt. I asked Mommy where it comes from, and she took me to a dairy farm to learn all about milk and, most importantly, cows. Wisconsin cows are definitely the happiest, which means they make the tastiest yogurt. My favorite is blueberry. What's your flavor? Support your local farmers. EIEI Odyssey.
Grab your coat and get your hat. Leave your worries on the doorstep. Just direct your feet on the sunny side of the street.
Just like so many of you who are watching this week's Dream Season game and watching your own lives kind of return back to normal, so are the Badger football team and head coach Paul Christ. Joined by Paul Christ right now. Paul, thanks so much for taking a minute to be with us. I want to start right there with you. Just being able to be back out here doing what I know you love doing so much, which is teaching the guys. You didn't do it a year ago. Just soaking that in with that being so important. How was it different, I guess, for you this spring?
It's just, it was awesome. And you appreciate the opportunity to get back on the field with the guys. And certainly, everyone says kind of returning back to normal. And even this spring, part of the normal was, our players getting and us doing the COVID testing, but you kind of get used to that. But just to have the opportunity to go through spring ball, it's something we didn't get last year. And so it's been a lot of fun, and I think it's been really productive. And for that, you're grateful.
Not just when you're on the field, you're talking about guys being together in the weight room, in the locker room, in the film room. Not as much as that social isolation, which could be so challenging. There's them being around each other, that bonding that comes with this part of year. How much is that also, you can see that happening in front of you?
I think it's a big part of it all. And that's part of being on a team. And it is the interactions that we all have, and it's kind of the structured, I don't know if you want to call them formal interactions, but it's also the impromptu. It's, you know, the time they spend, you know, before or after a workout, or before or after a practice, when they're in the locker room getting ready, and you know, before and after practice. You know, the other day, it was a beautiful day, and we had practice, and there's probably 15 guys just hanging out, and those are the things that I think a team needs, and I think that we all appreciate, and when you can get back to doing that, I think it makes a big difference, you know, each individually, and I think it helps you as a team. But the bottom line is that, you know, we've got a lot of really good guys, and they like and care about each other, and so when you can spend that time together doing and working on something that you love, it makes for a pretty good atmosphere.
I know how important every single practice, every period when you're out here is to you and the coaching staff. Now that you've gotten through this part of the football calendar, can you explain to me in what way you measure success and growth during spring ball for the guys this year, particularly for a guy like Graham, who went into this knowing it's his offense going into spring ball. He's going to be the guy. How do you measure that growth?
Well, I think that it can be measured in a number of different ways. I think one is, you know, just the opportunity to play and to work on a part of your skill, your craft. And it doesn't matter if it's a guy that's played a lot of football, you know, Jack Sanborn. He played a lot of football, but I think took advantage of this spring and got better and was working on maybe what might be small things, but in the end can make a big difference. And then you've got a group of guys, you know, Graham is like it, Chim would be like this, Nick Herbig, who, you know, have played in games, have an idea certainly of what it's like to play in games, but still so much to learn. You know, Nick and Chim, it's their first spring. You know, Graham was really kind of his first true spring. You know, we had 46% of our roster that this was their first spring ball. You know, last year without having any, and just the opportunity to go out and to do something, and to, if you do it well, can I do it again? And then pretty soon that becomes consistent. Or if I do it and I make a mistake, okay, what is there to learn from it? And I get another opportunity to come back, and you know, you're less worried about trying to get ready for a specific opponent. You're really not even worried about necessarily where am I at on the depth chart. It's just, how do I get better at my craft? How do I improve my skills? And then we've got another group of guys that, you know, getting used to being coached by, you know, Ross or Gary or Hank. You know, so it's you saw that with the corners. Guys have played a lot of football, but now, you know, with Hank Potita as their position coach, you know, how do we go through individual and what is it we're doing, and coming up and meeting with him. So I think for everyone it was a great opportunity to really get a lot out of spring practice, and like anything, those that, you know, truly invested, I think we had a lot that truly invested. I think they got a lot out of
it. You could humor me for a second. We're going to forget about everything that is going to happen during fall camp that are all very important. Okay, just for a moment. We were all here on the field, and the team played with no fans here. On September 4th, when you open up here against Penn State,
right,
the fans are going to come back. Can you allow yourself just for a minute here to think about what that's going to be like, that element of the game that you didn't have last year? And man, it's just going to feel different. No matter how many people were here,
right,
it's going to be better than what there was last year, which was unfortunately none. You thought about that at all, or can you?
Yeah, I haven't thought about it. Can I? Yeah. You know, it was when you bring it up and you take whatever time right here to think about it. You know, it's interesting to me because with what we were going through last year, you know, you were so grateful just to play.
Sure.
And so that was not lost, I think, on certainly myself or our players.
Yeah.
But there was also, you know, we really do feel it, and therefore you believe it, that this is a special place to play at, and we're fortunate it's our home. And to be able to play in Camp Randall with our fans and fans that we know support us. It's a special atmosphere. And I do remember thinking, heck, the guys we were just talking about, Nick Herbig's never felt that. Chim has never felt that. You guys that have played a lot of football, so different. And so to have that, like you said, we don't know exactly how, but to have that come back, that would mean a ton.
That's this week's Halftime Report presented by NBC 15 and Madison CW. Stay with us. The second half is coming up next. This is the Wisconsin Football Dream Season presented by American Family Insurance.
Rocket drive block? Rush a soul crush? Jam a grand slam? Drunk? Drunk? That'd be insane. Roll in that? Roll in this? Roll together? Drunk? That would be super insane. Hey, all you ladies and guys, drive sober on the road, no matter how many wheels you roll.
If we build this, all the legendary players will magically appear, and we'll have sports again. I call it the Field of Fame. Of course, I'll have to tear down the garage, fill in the pool, and lose the trees. So can I get a loan?
So as your friend, I love it, but as your banker, not so much.
Let me talk to the friend.
You could always invest in a college fund.
No, my kids aren't going to college. They're going to work at the stadium.
Our kids are going to college. Sports are back.
My wife wants to build a college.
And not a moment too soon.
Buying your first home is the start of realizing bigger dreams with your family. That's why it's important to protect everything you love with American Family Insurance. Wait, what's that?
It's their dream car.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's actually my dream car. And my little dream tire swing with some dream trees. There'd be a nice dream garden right here, too.
Protect your dream home with American Family Insurance.
Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
The opening kick in this second half is rifled out of bounds by Emmett Carpenter. So the Badgers will start at their 25-yard line, going north to south, left to right as we see it in the third quarter of play. So you heard Patrick. This game now belongs to Bart Houston, the fifth-year senior, 4 of 7 through the air, a drop or two in there as well, 69 yards through the air for Houston in the first half.
And no changes on the offensive line for the Badgers. Ramczyk, Dietzen, Dieter, Benschall, and Edwards across the front from left to right.
17-7 Minnesota as we begin the third quarter at Camp Randall Stadium. Corey Clement is the running back. Receivers either side of the formation. Quintez Cephas wide left, motions right. Hand off Clement across the 25-yard line, and he'll move the stack up to about the 30, just pushing off that left side. A gain of 5. Good-looking play to begin quarter number 3 for Wisconsin.
Yeah, that was a good push there. Dietzen left guard, and then Ramczyk getting up on the linebacker. And that's something you haven't seen a lot of, is the running back getting to the second level. So that's something, if Wisconsin wants to have more success winning that battle up front, they did that on that play.
Second out and 5 for the Badgers from their own 30-yard line. Austin Ramish in at fullback, Clement the tailback. Peavy and Wheelwright double wide to the right. On second down, the give to Clement again, trying the right side, and he slips through to the 34-yard line. On a gain of 4, Mike Wallace, the middle linebacker, getting in there defensively for the Gophers, and the Badgers have a 3rd and 1. Both teams in the first half were 2 of 6 on third down.
And that time you saw Edwards, the right tackle, at least get to the second level to wall off some of the inside pursuit.
3rd and 1, Wisconsin from its own 34-yard line. A minute gone by in the third quarter, 17-7, Minnesota. Ramish and Clement, straight eye backs. Houston under his center, Michael Dieter. And the give goes to Ramish, and the fullback will get the first down. Up across the 35-yard line to the 37 in Wisconsin territory. The safety, Demarius Travis, on the tackle. So the Badgers will move the sticks to 1st and 10.
Pretty good double team with Dietzen and Dieter on that inside technique.
It's really nice to have that. You have that fullback you feel really good about. You saw Ingold score a touchdown there. Ramish picking up a first down.
Peavy will come out wide left. Slot left is Wheelwright. Offset eye behind Bart Houston for the Badger 37. Houston a play fake. Back to throw. Fires it to the right. And Fumagalli, the rolling catch near midfield. Tight coverage from the cornerback, Keontae Harden. Fumagalli stayed with it. And that's a gain of 11 and a first down to the Badger 48-yard line.
He just took it away from Harden, didn't he? For a minute there, I thought Harden was going to break in front of Fumagalli. What did you guys see?
It just was strong hands. I think the ball was thrown well, but a good break on it by Harden. Fumagalli's hands reached out, plucked it, pulled it in, because that was a 50-50 ball.
Ooh, that was close. Fumagalli comes up with it for the Badgers. 1st and 10 at the Wisconsin 48-yard line. Quintez Cephas wide right, motions left, handoff Clement, working the right side and gets a couple of yards to the midfield stripe. Gain of 2, 2nd and 8 for Wisconsin. The outside linebacker Jack Lynn, 5th-year senior out of Lake Zurich, Illinois, on the stop. 2nd and 8 from the 50.
From a receiver standpoint, you hope that catch by Fumagalli sets the tone for the second half, because the Badgers had at least 3, maybe 4 drops in the first half.
2.5 minutes gone by, third quarter. Minnesota 17, Wisconsin 7. Jazz Peavy out wide to the left. Rob Wheelwright slot to the left. Eric Steffes, the tight end, wing right, motions to the left. And Houston will drop the throw. 4-man Gopher rush. One pump. Houston in trouble. Flushed off to his right. He'll take it and run. 50, right side, 45. Houston to the 40. Inside the 40, Jack Lynn brings down Houston. First down run for Bart Houston inside the 40 of Minnesota. They'll mark at the 38-yard line.
I'm surprised he was able to get away from 46 De La Boutier. Did I get that name right?
Pretty close.
Wow.
Well,
good, he was pretty close to dropping Houston for a sack. I know that much.
Pulled out of that, and then a nice job by Steffes downfield, picking up a block after he saw that Bart Houston was going to run, and that allowed him to pick up the first down.
And we'll just go with Winston, the guy's first name.
That guy.
Yeah, that guy, number 46. Offset eye from the 38-yard line of Minnesota, 1st and 10. Handoff Clement off the left side of the line, and Corey will crawl his way to about the 35. Pickup of 3. Wallace getting in there, and a Gopher defender is down and shaken up.
It might be Elmore. Dietzen buried him and laid on top of him.
Galen Elmore, defensive tackle, junior out of Somerset, Wisconsin. Part of that very good defensive front for Minnesota. It's good and it's also deep. We have 11:27 left in the third quarter. It's 17-7 Minnesota. And we're going to go ahead and take a timeout.
May 3rd through the 7th is Teacher Appreciation Week. But why wait to thank an educator for keeping learning on track during this extraordinary school year? Post a thank you note to a Wisconsin public school teacher at weac.org. WEAC, we teach, we inspire. And WEA member benefits, enhancing the financial lives of Wisconsin public school employees.
Cancer is often detected too late. At Exact Sciences, we're working to change lives by helping to detect cancer earlier. Headquartered in Madison, Exact Sciences is growing and needs dedicated, energetic individuals to join our team. You don't have to be a scientist to work at Exact Sciences. We're hiring for our laboratory and customer care teams and have hundreds of job openings for people of all backgrounds and experience levels. Visit exactsciences.com to learn more and join the fight against cancer. Change careers, change lives. Exact Sciences.
Hard work, sweat, knowledge in your own 2 hands. These are the tools that build Wisconsin. Leave your mark on the real world with 0 debt and higher pay. All from day one. It's time to do work that works for you. Learn more at buildingwisconsintogether.com.
Badgers will be going with Bart Houston the rest of the way. Alex Hornibrook's day is done, injured in the second quarter. Double wide to the right. Jazz Peavy is wide. Rob Wheelwright in the slot. Austin Ramish and Bradrick Shaw, the backfield combination. Houston pulls back from center, rolls off to his right. Looking, throws to the right. Caught by Peavy inside the 25. Forced out by Keontae Harden. Inside the 25-yard line of All right, Badgers have something going in this opening drive of the second half.
A lot of more manageable. They're second down and 5 instead of second and 9, and those things make a difference. An easy throw there to Peavy, picking up a first down. You just keep moving the chains and trying to go down here and get some points.
A.J. Taylor, the freshman out of Kansas City, comes out wide to the left. Corey Clement back into tailback. Ramage the fullback. Eric Steffes wing on the right side. Little boot to the right. Rolling off is Houston. Looks, throws it deep to the left to the end zone. Incomplete. Intended for Troy Fumagalli. Coverage provided by Antoine Winfield. 2nd and 10 for the Badgers at the Minnesota 22.
It appeared initially that they were trying to set up a screen to Clement, or a wheel route to Corey Clement to that side of the field, and then maybe Bart Houston went to his next progression in the end zone. What did you see?
I didn't see that. I think it was just a rollout where a throwback trying to sneak Fumagalli out where nobody was covering. Winfield did a really nice job of covering him, and I like the throw there. It was if only Fumagalli could make that play. So not a bad look there.
2 receivers left, 1 on the right. Houston in the shotgun. Ogunbowale in the backfield with him, and a handoff. Ogunbowale, and he gets stoned behind the line of scrimmage. That was Hendrik Ekpe getting to the running back, and it's 3rd and long for the Badgers. Patrick, what do you have?
Well, one thing to keep in mind now, as I watched Bart Houston scrambling a few plays ago and opening himself up to contact, is the only other quarterback on the Wisconsin roster right now that's in uniform is Corey Lyles, a true freshman from Scottsdale, Arizona. He would be the backup at this point. Corey Lyles' father, Kevin, played tight end here and was teammates with Joe Rudolph. But to this point, Lyles has not taken any snaps in his career.
3rd and 13 for the Badgers at the Minnesota 26. 4 receivers to either side. Shotgun snap to Houston. Looking, throws to the left, and that is caught by Jazz Peavy. He'll be stopped short of the first down. Harden on the coverage. They will mark inside the 20 at the 15-yard line. It'll be a 4th down at about 3, and on comes the field goal team for Wisconsin, trying to pull within 7. 5.5 minutes gone by in the 3rd quarter.
It's an important completion only from the perspective now of the field goal kicker. You've made it more manageable for Endicott.
Endicott is 10 of 15. He has converted 4 of his last 5 field goal tries. This will be a 33-yard attempt from the left hash mark. The lines are set. Here's the snap, the spot, and the kick from Endicott is in the air, and it is good. Andrew Endicott connects from 33 yards away, and the Badgers are within 7.
Johnsonville Sausage has been family-owned and making Badger Saturdays more delicious since 1945. Pick some up for a cookout, made the Johnsonville way.
Here in the Midwest, community is important.
Having a healthcare system that's looking out for us.
That's actively addressing the racial disparities in healthcare is important.
When we can get good quality care, we can do more. We can achieve more.
We can be the kind of community we want to be, and that's really important.
UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. WEAbenefits.com.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting more than just a technician. You're getting someone who pays attention to your needs and the little things that make a big difference. It takes a dealer you can rely on. And to keep your family cool this summer,
let me show you how this works.
It takes Bryant.
Bryant. Whatever it takes.
Taking a look at that replay right now from BTN, and pretty close, but it sailed over the upright, so you cannot review it. Here's the kickoff from P.J. Rosowski, and Keontae Harden 5 yards deep will take the touchback, and the Gophers will start at their 25-yard line, going right to left, south to north here in quarter number 3.
That was a grinding scoring drive by Wisconsin. The longest pass play was 13 yards to Peavy. The longest run was 12 yards by the quarterback, Houston.
And now we'll see if the Badger defense can get back to the elite level it has been throughout this season. Gophers knocked him around in the first 2 quarters. Holding up 226 yards of offense, 115 on the ground, 111 through the air. Badgers, though, are within 7. Leidner will work under center. Rodney Smith is the running back. Back to throw up the play fake. Leidner throws to the right, still comes back, and he makes the catch across the 45 to the 47-yard line to the far side. Gain of 22 yards as Leidner goes to Rashad Still. Came back to get it. Sojourn Shelton in the coverage.
We saw a similar play in the first half, Tausch, where Still pulls up on the DB who's got his back turned to the quarterback. Back shoulder throw. He makes it before falling out of bounds.
Yeah, that was a big-time throw and catch.
Pistol formation with a 47 of Minnesota. Handoff Rodney Smith, and he'll work his way across midfield. Olive Songapolu takes Smith down at the 49 of Wisconsin. A gain of 4. Songapolu getting his first playing time since the Ohio State game. He dealt with a hand injury. Has that right hand and clubbed here today. It's 2nd down and 6 for the Gophers. The Wisconsin 49-yard line. Still wide to the left. Wolotarski slot to the left. Eric Carter wide to the right. Carter now motions to the left. Leidner, play fake, under pressure, and he is sacked inside the 45 of Minnesota. Welcome back, Olive Songapolu. They'll mark at the 45 of Minnesota, make it 3rd down and 12 for the Gophers.
Was the center, Tyler Moore, expecting help from his guards? He sort of ducked under Songapolu's rush.
Slipped right by him.
Definitely the left guard was supposed to continue to slide down. Did not. Songapolu saw the crease, took it, and was untouched to the quarterback.
Halfway through the 3rd quarter, 17-10 Minnesota. They're starting to rock here at Camp Randall. 3rd and 12 for the Gopher 45. Shotgun snap to Leidner. Throws to the right. Incomplete. Flag down. They'll get Shelton on a bump of Eric Carter. Pass interference coming up against Wisconsin, so the Gophers will get a gift. As a penalty will move the sticks on what was 3rd down and 12. Not a lot there, but enough to draw the penalty. Here's a call.
Interference. Defense number 9. 15-yard penalty. Automatic. 1st down.
It's on number 8. That's Sojourn Shelton. And the Gophers will get a 1st down via penalty. The Badgers have been so good at avoiding penalties this year, 2nd best. Only Northwestern has been better at it. But a big one there. 1st down Gophers at the Badger 40, 7:20 left in the 3rd quarter.
There was nothing there. There was not even contact there. The referee was blocked out by Sojourn Shelton.
About 15 or 20 yards behind the play, too. 7:20 left 3rd quarter, 17-10 Minnesota. 1st down for the Gophers at the Wisconsin 40-yard line. Gophers back into the pistol formation. Smith behind Leidner. Leidner back to throw. Pressure coming. Leidner throws to the right, deep, and it is caught inside the 20-yard line by Rodney Smith. Bounces to the turf at the 16. Leo Musso on the coverage. He thought he had a pick, but Smith gets the catch. They'll mark at the 17 of Wisconsin. 1st down, Minnesota. What a play by Rodney Smith.
Yeah, he was in midair where he pulled it away from Musso.
Leidner under center on 1st and 10. Leidner will give it to Smith, and he is hit and dropped. A short gain, if any. Vince Beagle submarining his way in there to make the play. 2nd and long for the Gophers. 6:50 left in the 3rd quarter. Make that 6:51. 17-10. Minnesota. The clock stopped. I didn't see a penalty flag, but the officials are having a conference. Now there is a penalty flag. And the officials talking it over. Don Willard is the referee. That's the voice you will hear. The officials still well into their conference. The Gophers are breaking their huddle, ready to run a play. Here comes the call.
Prior to the previous play being snapped, plays under further review.
Apparently they're going to review whether Rodney Smith made the catch. First look, it seemed clean that he made it, but they're going to take a look at it. Leo Musso very nearly came up with an interception. Rodney Smith was able to win that 50-50 ball and gather it for the Gophers.
We've seen Wisconsin's DBs a fraction off making the play today in many instances. Plays that they made throughout the season. I didn't see any movement on the ball after he hit the turf, did you?
No, it looks like a catch. Just able to tuck that hand under the football as Smith was coming to the turf. Replay official Steve Beckman.
That was really an amazing catch. Musso is jumping, has all of his momentum going towards the ball, and to be able to pull that away and to secure that, it looks like that's going to be ruled a catch. That was a heck of an athletic play.
You also have to turn to Minnesota's play caller Jay Johnson for striking with that play after maybe a controversial flag was thrown on Sojourn Shelton. So keep hitting. They're aggressive in everything they've done so far today.
Patrick, let's check in with you.
The linesman came over to explain to Paul Chryst what they were reviewing, and Paul Chryst seemed fine with the review, but then he used that as an opportunity to give him a piece of his mind about that defensive pass interference call on Shelton. Looks like we're about to get the ruling now.
Call coming up from the referee, Don Willard.
After further review, the ruling on the field of a catch is confirmed. It will be 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. Please reset the game clock to 7 minutes, 15 seconds. It will start on my signal.
Yeah, a little bit of a double whammy there. The catch confirmed, and the Gophers actually ran a play, which the Badgers stopped at the line of scrimmage, but in fact that is no play because the officials were signaling that they wanted a review. So it's 1st and 10 Minnesota at the Wisconsin 17-yard line. 7:15 left of the third quarter. 17-10 the Gophers. And they remark it at the 15-yard line, so make it first and 10 there from the Wisconsin 15-yard line. So everybody trying to get organized here as they get the chain gang regrouped. And at the 15 of Wisconsin, first down for the Gophers, threatening with a 7-point lead. Midway through the third quarter, out of the pistol, the handoff goes to Smith, trying the right side, and he gets maybe a yard. Badgers stack him up. Garrett Rand down in there, along with T.J. Watt and Chikwe Obasi. 2nd down and 9 for the Gophers at the Wisconsin 14-yard line.
You wonder, Patrick's report on Leidner being a little bit dinged up with his shoulder, he had all kinds of room there, and you just wonder if Wisconsin is going to focus more on the ball carrier because he had a free run if he had held on to the ball and ran with it.
Just assuming he's not trying to set up something, too. We'll see what the play caller upstairs is seeing.
Still and Wolotarski come out tight to the right. Wolotarski in motion to the left. Leidner back to throw, looking, sets, throws, left side, end zone, incomplete. Wolotarski, the intended receiver, left corner of the end zone. Derek Tyndall on the coverage, and it's 3rd and 9 for the Gophers at the Wisconsin 14-yard line. 6:22 left of the third period, 17-10. Minnesota leads Wisconsin. Earlier today, Ohio State beat Michigan in double overtime, 30-27. Third quarter in State College, Penn State leads Michigan State 17-12.
Get a feel, too, for Minnesota's perception of where they are in this game, whether they try to set up a field goal and play it safe with a low or a high percentage play.
Wolotarski is slot to the left. Smith behind Leidner. Play fake, Leidner looks, throws, end zone, right side, picked off by Leo Musso in the end zone. Oh, a mammoth defensive play by Leo Musso, who's made a lot of them this year. Add one more.
I'm guessing that Leidner felt he had the corner beat Lubern Figaro, but you had safety help over the top, and that's what they always preach to the corners. If you're going to let that receiver go, I'll be there for you. Musso was there, picked it off.
A timeout on the field. The officials conferencing again. The clock kept, the clock kept running. Here's Don Willard, the referee.
Timeout. Let's go over the headset.
And it's always important to hear Don Willard tell us timeout. They'll reset the clock. We'll get you reorganized when we come back. 6 minutes and whatever left of the third quarter. 17-10. Minnesota leads Wisconsin. This is Badger football from Learfield.
Have kids 6th grade and under at home? Join Bucky's Kids Club, presented by Culver's. Register for free at uwbadgers.com/kidsclub.
You've heard the saying, if it looks like bacon and it tastes like sausage, it's probably Johnsonville sausage strips. Oh, you never heard that? Well, sausage strips are pretty new. They're strips of sausage in amazing flavors like maple and chorizo. You can find this meaty miracle by the bacon, even though it's sausage.
Whoa.
In these challenging, uncertain, uncharted times, you stand strong. No matter the conditions you face, you get the job done. You are the backbone of our communities.
As we prepare to move forward, stay healthy. Appreciate life. Be safe. Treasure moments. Plan well.
Double wide to the right. Ingold and Clement, the backfield combo on first down. They give to Clement on the left side, breaks through, 25, cuts right to the 30 and up to the 31-yard line. The safety, Demarius Travis, on the tackle, gain of 11 and a first down for the Badgers.
They're starting to run a little bit more towards Ramczyk. I didn't think he had a particularly good half, but that's putting high expectations for Ramczyk. He's played better, and now they're starting to move some bodies.
That was really nicely done on the backside there, too, getting the 3 technique over the right guard down on the ground, creating a big seam.
Double wide to the right, 1st and 10, same backfield combo. Handoff Clement trying the right side, breaks a tackle behind the line of scrimmage. Fights for a yard. Nick Wallace getting in there along with Hendrik Ekpe. Gain of 1, 2nd and 9 for the Badgers at the 32-yard line. 5:35 left in the third quarter. Minnesota 17, Wisconsin 10. The Gophers only trailed for 14 seconds. The Badgers took the lead early in the second quarter. A big kick return set up a one-play scoring drive, if you will, and the Gophers have led ever since with a little over 9 minutes left in the half. Shotgun formation for Bart Houston. Takes the snap. He'll hand it to Clement straight ahead, and he gets across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Gain of about 4. Wallace on the stop, and the Badgers have a 3rd and 5.
Clement's been a couple of ankle tackles away from big runs here on this series.
Yeah, you sensed his frustration. He slammed the ball down. He knew he had a big gaping hole there if he was just able to get out of the shoestring tackle, not able to pull his feet through it.
3rd down and 5 for the Badgers at their 36-yard line. Dare Ogunbowale now in the backfield. Houston in the shotgun. Ogunbowale to the right of the quarterback. 2 receivers right, 1 on the left. Snap to Houston. Gophers bringing 4. Bart throws over the middle. Caught by Wheelwright, and he gets slammed by Demarius Travis at the 39-yard line of Wisconsin. 2 yards short of the stick. Well, Travis bringing it heavy on Wheelwright, and the Badgers are forced to punt from their own 39.
They've limited yards after catch. They certainly did there. That's a big-time hit by Travis, a redshirt senior.
Yeah, you have to respect that. He made a break on the ball, just brought it, and brought down Wheelwright just short of the first down.
Deontay Harden deep for Minnesota. Line of scrimmage, the Badger 39-yard line. Snap to Anthony Lotti. He steps up, light pressure, and the kick is away. Fair catch signaled by Harden, and he'll make it inside the 20-yard line of Minnesota. They'll mark it to 17. It's 3:49 left in quarter number 3. It is 17-10 Minnesota. Gophers starting now at their own 17-yard line.
It'll be interesting to watch Leidner from this point forward after throwing that interception, how that affects him if it does at all.
Shannon Brooks, the running back, in the pistol formation. Colton Beebe, the tight end, motions left to right. On first down, handoff Brooks across the 20, stumbling across the 25-yard line and up to the 27. A 10-yard run and a first down. Again, north-south, and Minnesota That offensive line creating sizable holes.
Yeah, Leon Jacobs there just took a bad angle, shot the wrong gap, left a little room for the tailback there to pick up, 10 yards.
Brooks has been impressive.
First down for the Gophers at their own 27-yard line. Brooks stays in there at running back. Rashad Still out wide to the left. Drew Wolotarski wide to the right. Play clock is at 5. Leidner calls for the ball, takes the snap, hands to Brooks straight ahead. Not much happening that time. He got covered up by Connor Sheehy at the 28-yard line of Minnesota. Gain of 1. 2nd and 9 for the Gophers. Coming up on 3 minutes left in the third quarter. 17-10 Minnesota. Badgers with their nickel package on as Songapolu comes out and Latrell Jamerson becomes the 5th defensive back. 2 receivers to the right. Carter is wide. Wolotarski in the slot. Still out to the left. Leidner back to throw. Under pressure. Slips to his right. Breaks a tackle. Rolls off to his right again. And just weaves his way across the 30, across the 35, and to the 36-yard line. Finally brought down by T.J. Edwards. A couple of Badgers had Leidner lined up and could not get him. 3rd and 1.
Well, Edwards was one of the players who whiffed on Leidner and then got back on the play to bring him down.
I thought that right there was an instance where guys were a little cautious. They had a couple of clean shots, tried to break down and give Leidner credit, was able to just do enough eluding to set up this 3rd and short.
3rd and 1 for the Gophers at their own 36. Leidner under center. And Leidner will take it. He'll push for it, and he'll get it. Again, using that big frame. Leans forward for the first down for Minnesota. T.J. Watt getting in there defensively. 1st and 10 Gophers at their own 38. 1:56 left in the third quarter. 17-10, the Gophers.
There's watching. T.J. Edwards got up very slowly after that play. He was hurt early in this ballgame.
Edwards and Leon Jacobs, the inside linebackers for Wisconsin. Badgers stay in the nickel on 1st and 10. Leidner back to throw. Hit as he throws. Floats it to the left. Incomplete. And a flag will not come out. They're going to rule uncatchable. I think is going to be the call as Tyndall tackled the guy, Drew Wolotarski. But the ball, they're going to say uncatchable. That's a break for Wisconsin right there.
If Sojourn Shelton's was a pass interference and that wasn't, I don't know how to referee.
That might be a first too, because I'm not sure they've ever called uncatchable.
Oh.
Coaches always argue for it.
Tracy Clay's not happy, and can't say that I blame him. It is 2nd down and 10 for the Gophers at their own 38-yard line. 2 receivers left, 1 on the right. Snap to Leidner, gives to Brooks. Little cut to the left, turns it up north-south he goes, and not much happening. T.J. Edwards stones him right at the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10 for the Gophers at their own 38-yard line with 90 seconds left in the third quarter.
And where he's had all of his success is straight north and south. You want to make him bounce it a little bit. You do that by getting penetration, which Wisconsin got there, and that limited the gain to nothing.
If I'm Minnesota, I come back with one of those back shoulder throws. They've had trouble defending him the entire game.
Shot still wide left. Wolotarski slot left. Eric Carter wide to the right. Leidner takes the snap. Badgers rushing forward. Leidner floats it out left side. Wants Still, and he cannot hang on. Inside the 30-yard line to the near side. Latrell Jamerson on the coverage. Still with a good effort. Unable to pull it in, and it's 4th and 10. The Gophers are punting. Yeah, not a bad ball. A tough one to catch, but not a bad ball thrown by Leidner. In fact, that was a pretty good ball.
He got 2 hands on it. That was Jamerson closed on it, but that ball, that was a really good throw there by Leidner. Again, only his guy could make the play.
Santoso on to punt. Peavy will let it hit inside the 30-yard line. Jazz will scoop it at the 20-yard line, and he gets cut down at the 23 in Wisconsin territory. Julian Huff, linebacker down there on punt coverage. A 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. 51 seconds left in the third quarter from the American Family Insurance broadcast booth. I'll tell you the score remains Minnesota 17, Wisconsin 10.
Field positions taken over this quarter. Exchanges of punts, kind of waiting now to see if someone will flinch. The first flinch was Leidner on that pass in the end zone that was picked off.
Quintez Cephas comes out wide to the right. Jazz Peavy to the left. Peavy now motions to the right. They'll tease the jet sweep. Back to throw and try a screen to the left that Fumagalli drops inside the 20-yard line. Pass a little low, but catchable. It was not caught. 2nd and 10 for the Badgers at their own 23-yard line.
Yeah, Fumagalli was the first to signal, too. My bad. He should have caught the ball.
Battle for Paul Bunyan's axe. People figured that it would be a pretty tough one here for Wisconsin. It's been all that and more. Gophers up 7. Badgers come out now. Trips to the right. Inside out. It's Wheelwright, Peavy, and George rushing. Houston in the shotgun as Dare Ogunbowale to his left. Houston will take, and he's going to run it off to the left side, and he is drilled behind the line of scrimmage. Blake Cashman, the linebacker, all over that play as he worked himself through the center, Michael Dieter, and right into Bart Houston. A loss of 5 to the Badger 18-yard line, 3rd and 15.
Yeah, they showed pressure there, and I think Bart Houston, I don't know if he checked out of what his original play was, but Michael Dieter was just kind of bull rushed backwards into it, and nowhere for Bart Houston to run.
Down to 15 seconds left in the third quarter. It's 17-10 Minnesota. The Badgers have a 3rd and 15 at their own 18-yard line. 2 receivers right, 1 on the left. Game clock at 5 seconds. Snap to Houston. Back to throw under pressure and sacked inside the 10-yard line. Carter Coughlin along with Blake Cashman. Pair of linebackers getting to Houston, and that is how the third quarter will end. So the Gophers with consecutive big defensive plays. The Badgers will be punting from their own 10-yard line.
It's that time, Badger fans. It's time for the great student section race, presented by UW Continuing Studies.
On a big punt here. Badgers from their own 10-yard line. Anthony Lottie with the punt in the air. Chenault will handle it at the 45 of Wisconsin, and he's taken down by T.J. Watt. Racing downfield in punt coverage, but the Gophers have great field position as we begin the fourth quarter. 17-10, Minnesota leads Wisconsin, and the Gophers will have it at the Badger 47-yard line.
That was a dangerous punt from the obvious. It was a low trajectory line drive punt. Awfully good coverage by T.J. Watt downfield.
It's great to see you have your starters out there. You have Beagle, Watt, both down there making a play to stop, because that ball was very returnable, and a nice job by Watt getting him on the ground.
1st and 10, Minnesota at the Wisconsin 47-yard line. Rodney Smith back in at running back. 9 carries, 37 yards for him in this game. Wolotarski wide left, still to the right, hand off Smith, probe on the left side. Not much there, if anything, maybe nothing. Dakota Dixon and crashing down from his safety spot. 2nd and long here for the Gophers. They'll mark it at the 47 of Wisconsin, make it the 46. Gain of 1, 2nd and 9.
Outside of the catch that Smith made, Shannon Brooks seems like he's been the more effective running back, though the numbers don't really tell that story.
8 carries for 34 yards. Leitner has carried it 12 times for 64 yards. Leitner under his center, Tyler Moore. Double tight in alignment. Smith is the running back. Colton Beebe, the tight end, motions left to right. Play fake, Leitner. Back to throw. Backside pressure. Down he goes. T.J. Watt. Gets to Leitner. They'll mark on the Gophers side of the 50. At the 48-yard line, 3rd and 15 for the Gophers.
1-on-1, Watt versus Connor Mays, the left tackle. He beat Mays, got the quarterback.
A minute 15 gone by in the 4th quarter. 17-10, Minnesota. 3rd and 15. Minnesota 3 of 9 today on 3rd down. 2 receivers left, 1 on the right. Leitner back to throw, fires it to the right, picked off by Sojourn Shelton at the 50, breaking right to the 40. Shelton still up, turns the corner at the 30, 25 to the 20, and thrown out of bounds by Mitch Leitner. Sojourn Shelton with the interception. Badgers in the red zone.
Tausch, let's go back to the pressure on Leitner, who's in the pocket. I don't think he got a good look downfield again. He was pressured into that pick. Sojourn Shelton stepping in front of the receiver, in front of the Wisconsin bench, and then showing off his running skills to get the ball as far downfield as he possibly could before Leitner pushed him out of bounds.
Yeah, it's set up again. T.J. Watt with the sack, getting him in that 3rd and long. Then Dooley beating his man inside, forcing the early throw. And Sojourn Shelton sitting on the route, making a great pick, and then a really nice job setting up his return to put Wisconsin in great field position to try to tie this thing up.
Total miscommunication between Holland and Leitner on that route.
38 yards on the interception return. Badgers in the Case IH red zone at the Minnesota 19-yard line. Bart Houston under his center. Corey Clement, the running back. Clement gets the ball running off to his left, and he is taken down after a gain of just a yard. Nick Wallace, I should say. Brother Mike was a good backer, and Nick isn't too bad either. Nick Wallace on the stop, gain of 1. 2nd and 9 for the Badgers at the Gophers' 18-yard line.
When Wisconsin has had some success running the football, they've gotten up on the 2nd level. It hasn't been a lot. That was an instance where they weren't able to get up on the middle linebacker, and again, he came down and made another tackle.
Jazz Peavy will come out wide to the right. Rob Wheelwright to the left. Alec Ingold and Corey Clement, the backfield combo. Now Ingold will motion out wide to the right. Houston pulls back from center, drops the throw, looking, sets, fires over the middle, caught by Wheelwright, inside the 5, and down to the 2-yard line. Jonathan Celestine on the tackle as Houston fires a dart to Wheelwright. 1st and goal at the Minnesota 2.
That wasn't an easy catch either, because Wheelwright can see the safety coming after him.
And Wheelwright was coming off to the sideline, and then he just crumpled to the turf. He's going to need some attention as he was belted on the play. He got sandwiched in between Jalen Myrick, the cornerback, and Jonathan Celestine, the linebacker. And Wheelwright is shaken up.
That was a great catch because, again, you could see the contact coming with the linebacker, Celestine, but he focused on the ball, made the short reception.
And Rob gets up. A big TD catch a couple of years ago against the Gophers. Older brother Ernie Wheelwright, a good receiver for Minnesota a few years back. 12:23 left in the game. 17-10 Minnesota. But the Badgers are on the brink of tying this one up. 1st and goal at the Minnesota 2.
That was a pretty nice throw as well. I know it was a great catch. Bullet, but also then afterwards you just saw the enthusiasm pumping his fist. And I know Patrick was talking about the jump around. It's the leadership you're looking for from a 5th-year senior. This means a lot to him.
Inverted wishbone. Alec Ingold, Xander Neville in the front. Corey Clement, the tailback. Houston gives to Clement, running off the left side, and Corey will push the pile into the end zone. Touchdown, Wisconsin! Corey Clement from 2 yards away. 17-16 the Gophers. 11:58 remaining. Andrew Endicott on for the PAT.
I was watching Celestine. He kept pointing to the ground. They thought they had Clement down before he broke the plane. I want to see the second look.
And they will take another look.
I think he was able to keep his body off the turf backwards, kind of throwing himself into the end zone, breaking the plane backwards.
Taking a look at the replay right now. And in that pile of bodies, that might be a pretty tough one to overturn. It looked like the issue was whether maybe Corey's backside touched the turf before the ball broke the plane.
I don't think it did.
I don't think it did either.
That's a heck of a play by Clement. He got turned around and still was able to keep off the turf.
That was a hard-fought 2 yards because that was blocked for 0. And if he's able to get in, what a finish on his run.
See him kick those feet out? He was still churning with his legs, his feet.
And here comes the call. This is going to stand. I'm pretty sure of that. Here it is.
After further review, the ruling on the field of a touchdown is confirmed.
It's a good thing Corey Clement doesn't have a big butt, because if he did, he was going to be short of the goal line.
Why were you looking at me when you said that? Can't deny it.
Andrew Endicott now for the extra point. 11:58 remaining. And the Badgers lining up trying to tie the game. Lines are set. Here's the snap. And the kick is in the air. And this game is tied. Breaking the action here in Madison. 11:58 left in regulation. Minnesota 17, Wisconsin 17. This is Badger football from Learfield.
No one can thrive on an empty stomach, and that's why Alliant Energy continues to help fight hunger in Wisconsin. Alliant Energy, using our energy for good in the communities we serve.
Hey Badger fans, Mott's Matt for Brewpub Lots and Lots of Pizzas. Absolutely loving these Dream Season Badger games from back in the day. Hey, speaking of back in the day, remember when frozen pizzas were like a piece of cardboard laden with a flavorless sauce, topped with ingredients you'd reach after 5 bites, then sparsely decorated with cheese? Well, not anymore. Brewpub Lots and Lots of Pizzas came along and were a game changer. A crispy, thin cracker crust topped with a bold sauce, loaded with quality meat and veggie toppings, then bombarded with over half a pound of award-winning mozzarella cheese. Brewpub Pizzas, the perfect pizza, no matter the season.
As a Wisconsin Badgers football fan, you probably know a thing or two about consistent, top-quality performance. Hi, I'm Gary Leeper, General Manager at Dairyland Seed, and for over 110 years, we've been delivering nothing but the industry's best seed designed to deliver higher yields and unmatched quality to farmers in all environments and conditions. So just as you can bet on Bucky dominating the ground game, you can count on Dairyland Seed to be your most valuable partner each and every season. Dairyland Seed, proud sponsor of Wisconsin football and Wisconsin farmers.
Here in the Midwest, community is important.
Having a healthcare system that's looking out for us,
That's actively addressing the racial disparities in healthcare is important.
When we can get good quality care, we can do more. We can achieve more.
we can be the kind of community we want to be, and that's really important.
UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
Deontay Harden and Rodney Smith are deep for Minnesota. P.J. Rosowski runs up. Kick in the air. A line drive is going to sail into the end zone. Another touchback. And the Gophers will begin at their 25-yard line. Tied at 17. 11:58 to play.
I want to go back to what Tauscher mentioned in the third quarter on whether or not Minnesota a little bit reluctant now to allow Leitner to keep the ball on the zone reads. Because that was an effective play early in the game, and it kept those defensive ends for Wisconsin at bay a little bit.
Yeah, I think there's definitely been, you haven't seen it as much, and with the success that he has had running the football, 13 carries, 58 yards, but it also makes him, the other part of the running game that much more difficult to defend. So if that's not out there as an option, it makes Wisconsin's job on defense that much easier.
Trips to the right. Shannon Brooks now the running back behind Leitner on 1st and 10. Leitner gives it to Brooks. Working off the right side of the line, and Vince Beagle wraps him up. Down goes Brooks at the 28-yard line of Minnesota, a gain of 3. Gophers getting all of their points in the first half. The Badgers getting a third quarter field goal and then a touchdown early here in the fourth. 17 all in Madison. 2nd and 7 for the Gophers at their own 28-yard line. Still and Wolotarski out tight to the left. Wade Wozniak. Carter out tight to the right. Wolotarski in motion to the right. Snap the Leitner, back to throw, shoots it to the right. Broken up, incomplete, almost intercepted. Oh my, you had Leo Musso, or I think that's Dakota Dixon right there. Derek Tyndall right there. Airtight window for Leitner. He got away with one. Eric Carter, the intended receiver.
That window was shut, and he tried to jam it through there, and it was an opportunity for Wisconsin to have an interception. I don't think it'll be the last opportunity that this defense has.
He's thrown a couple so far today. 3rd and 7 for the Gophers at their own 28-yard line. 2 receivers left, 1 on the right. Leitner in the gun, takes the snap, back to throw. Badgers bringing pressure. Leitner under pressure, flags are down. Leitner is down. Chikwe Obasi gets to Mitch Leitner at the 21-yard line in Gopher territory.
And Leitner's really slow trying to get up and off the field right now. He's walking off gingerly to the Gophers sideline.
It's a holding penalty against the Gophers. The Badgers will obviously turn this down. And the Wisconsin defense back to its usual nasty self in the second half today. Gophers punting from their own 21 with 11:05 remaining.
Nice speed there by Obashiev. He came around on a stunt, looped all the way around the right tackle, and chased Leitner all the way over to the left side of the Golden Gopher sideline.
Ryan Santoso on the punt, drifting to his right is Peavy. He'll let it hit to the far boundary, out of bounds. Santoso did not hit that particularly well. It'll go out of bounds at the 46-yard line of Wisconsin. Just a 33-yard punt. Timeout on the field. 10:56 left in the game. Wisconsin 17, Minnesota 17. This is Badger football from Learfield.
Enjoy this dream season with the meal of your dreams. Head to Culver's where you can enjoy the original Culver's Butter Burger. Fresh beef cooked to order and topped with a lightly buttered toasted bun. Welcome to Delicious.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. WEAbenefits.com.
You've heard the saying, if it looks like bacon and it tastes like sausage, it's probably Johnsonville sausage strips. Oh, you never heard that? Well, sausage strips are pretty new. They're strips of sausage in amazing flavors like maple and chorizo. You can find this meaty miracle by the bacon, even though it's sausage.
Whoa.
Because of this, we made Ford Super Duty the most capable heavy-duty pickup ever. Because of this, we built Ford F-150 with 375 horsepower and best-in-class payload.
Rescue 614 inbound.
Because of this, we built Ford Ranger with the terrain management system. And because Ford trucks are built for this, you made Ford America's best-selling brand.
And the Badgers going to work at their own 45. Clement, the running back. Wheelwright out to the right. Jazz Peavy tight to the left. On 1st and 10, Houston will give it to Clement, stretching to the left, trying to get to the edge. He'll get to midfield, and it's chopped down there. Keontae Harden, Demarius Travis racing over there for that Gopher defense. Gain of the better part of 6. 2nd down and 4 plus change for the Badgers just outside the 49 of Minnesota. 10.5 minutes remaining in a tie game at Camp Randall Stadium.
Just feeling more comfortable running towards Ramczyk here in the second half.
Peavy comes out to the right, Wheelwright to the left. Clement remains the running back. Fumagalli, the tight end, motions to the left side of the formation. Hand off Clement, probing to the left. He's to the 45, and the ball's knocked out inside the 30-yard line, and Keontae Harden will pounce on it for Minnesota. The 16th fumble recovery of the year for the Gophers defense, as that was just poked away from behind, and Minnesota with a huge defensive play.
Well, Tosh, you said it earlier. There are times when Clement gets a little careless, carrying the ball away from his body. Those times he's gotten away with, not this time.
Yeah, that's always something you see, even when you're having successful runs. How are you holding the football? Minnesota studied that, I'm sure, and that was just a straight-up Charles Tillman punch-out from behind, and a fumble that Minnesota recovers at a big time.
Looked like Jonathan Celestine, the linebacker, poked it loose. Harden pounced at the Minnesota 26. First and 10 for the Gophers with 10:09 remaining. Still tied at 17. Receivers either side. Leitner under center. Smith, the running back, play fake Leitner. Back to throw, under pressure. Hit as he throws. Deep to the right for Wolotarski, broken up. Incomplete, flag down. Leo Musso on the coverage. Oh, my. Well, that was, Derek Tyndall on the coverage. And the officials are going to talk about this, and they're going to get a pass interference penalty against Wisconsin.
Again, you've got the official further away from the plate making the call. The sideline official does not make the call. And that's the argument by Paul Chris.
Well, they've had two very questionable defensive pass interference calls, and then the Badgers got away with one that looked like an obvious pass interference. And the Gophers will now have a first and 10 at their own 41. 10:02 remaining. Tied at 17. And you know what? Looking at the replay, he got there early. He did. There was contact there. I'm thinking that's really not a bad call. First and 10 Gophers at their own 41. Here's the handoff to Smith. Trying to find some room off the left side. Not much happening. He'll get a yard to the 42-yard line. Billy Hirschfeld, D-line, making the play for the Badgers. It'll be a gain of a couple. They'll mark it at the 43 of the Gophers, 2nd down and 8.
One thing about this secondary, they haven't had many PIs this year. I can't remember 2 in one game for sure.
Well, got away with what probably should have been a third. 2 receivers left, one on the right. Leitner in the gun, Smith to his left. Snap to Leitner, and he'll give it to Smith across the 45-yard line. Is smacked to the turf. First hit from Dakota Dixon. They'll mark at the 48 of the Gophers, and a big 3rd and 3 coming up for Minnesota. The Gophers today are 3 of 11 on 3rd down. 9:05 and counting left in the 4th quarter. Badgers and Gophers tied at 17. Leitner brings him up. Drew Wolotarski comes out wide to the left. Rashad still wide to the right. Leitner under his center, Tyler Moore. Rodney Smith, the running back. Leitner will give it to Smith. Running left. Stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Ryan Conley getting to Smith. And 4th down and 3 for the Gophers. No gain on the play. And there's Ryan Conley again. Been making big plays throughout this season. Beginning with the opener against LSU when he blew up a screen pass that looked like it was going to be a big play for LSU. Conley's been stepping up all year. Ryan Santoso on the punt. Peavy is deep. Snap to Santoso. Kick in the air. Peavy again letting it hit inside the 20-yard line, inside the 15. And it will roll to a stop at the 13-yard line in Badger territory. 8:01 left in the game after that 39-yard punt. We'll tell you the score remains Wisconsin 17, Minnesota 17. Back in a moment. This is Badger football from Learfield.
Dairyland Seed offers Wisconsin farmers elite genetics in corn, soybeans, alfalfa, and silage. Visit dairylandseed.com to learn more.
as we prepare to move forward. Stay healthy. Appreciate life. Be safe. Treasure moments. Plan well.
Cancer is often detected too late. At Exact Sciences, we're working to change lives by helping to detect cancer earlier. Headquartered in Madison, Exact Sciences is growing and needs dedicated, energetic individuals to join our team. You don't have to be a scientist to work at Exact Sciences. We're hiring for our laboratory and customer care teams and have hundreds of job openings for people of all backgrounds and experience levels. Visit exactsciences.com to learn more and join the fight against cancer. Change careers, change lives. Exact Sciences.
8:01 left in the game. Minnesota 17, Wisconsin 17. The Badger offense ready to have at it, beginning at the 13-yard line, Wisconsin territory. Looks like Bradrick Shaw is going to be back in there at tailback. Corey Clement with the helmet on as well, but it'll be Shaw getting things started. Bradrick a couple of carries today for 3 yards, but we talked about it. He's been busier of late. Bradrick had 8 carries for 68 yards against Purdue, an 80-yard rushing day against Illinois, and a 54-yard rushing day a few weeks back against Northwestern.
The forgotten man today has been Dario Gumbuwali. 3 carries for a -1 yard, 1 catch for Gumbuwali.
8:01 to play. Badgers at their own 13. Art Houston under his center, Michael Dieter. It'll move it up front. Here's the handoff to Shaw. Flags are down. Play is stopped. Seems like a false start perhaps coming up against Wisconsin. We'll see. There was some movement actually beginning with the Minnesota defensive front, so maybe that enticed Wisconsin to
did he pull
move.
He pull Steffes out of his stance?
Right. Here comes the call.
Prior to the snap, offsides, defense number 93, moving into the neutral zone, causing the offensive player to move.
There you go.
5-yard penalty, made first down.
Every little bit helps.
Absolutely. Get it up to the 18-yard line. 1st and 5. Badgers in their own territory.
I'd look here for some Jazz Peavy action, too, with the jet sweep. It's only been done once today. He's been such a good weapon. Now would be a good time to go to him.
Peavy out wide left along with Quintez Cephas. And Peavy in motion to the right, and there it is. Jet to the right. Peavy with room to the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Here goes Jazz at the 50, down the sideline to the 30, cutting left to the 20, to the 15, and Peavy down near the 10-yard line of Minnesota.
Well, we've got a new play caller for Wisconsin. We've got also a player down, well backfield. Is that
Eric Steffes shaken up?
I mean, the key to this run, Tausch, and I think you'd agree, was making the first defender miss, who shot across the line of scrimmage, and he just sped right past him. That was the outside linebacker, Winston De La Boutier.
Nice job.
Oh, I did a better job with his name than he did as far as contain.
I just think you haven't seen it, and you're almost wondering you're holding it for a big play opportunity.
Half the distance to the goal from the end of the run. Automatic. First down.
So there you go. A tack-on penalty on top of it. So the Badgers will have a first down and goal to go. Eric Steffes, in the meantime, getting attention from the athletic trainers, is the senior tight end limping off the field, favoring his left leg. This is a tough dude now, Eric Steffes. The statistics are modest this season. He has a touchdown catch, senior out of Mount Calvary, Wisconsin. But he has been helpful in this Badger offense this season. He is all day tough. And the penalty was actually Antoine Winfield, who went in low on Steffes. That was the penalty. That's why got Steffes hurt. And that's the tack on. The Badgers have a first and goal at the Minnesota 6 with 7:46 to play. All right, smart guy, what are they going to call now on first and goal?
Probably a handoff to Shaw, I would think. Yeah, Peavy now 2 carries, 84 yards. That's good. That's I think you'll take 42 yards a carry.
Yeah, that opened up so beautifully too once he turned the corner.
Longest play from scrimmage all season, I believe, for the Badgers. 1st and goal at the Minnesota 6-yard line. Austin Ramish, the fullback. Bradrick Shaw is the tailback. Houston will give it to Shaw, running off the left side, inside the 5 and down to the 2-yard line. Antoine Winfield on the stop. 2nd and goal from the 2. Shaw comes out. Corey Clement comes in. 7:14 and counting left in a tie game.
I like that
Ramish has thrown a lot of good blocks.
Came in and cut block, and instead of just running into him, Shaw leaps him to pick up a couple extra yards. That shows good confidence from Shaw, because you're going to get whacked when you take a big leap like that.
Houston getting the signal on the play call from the bench, joins his team in the huddle. They break the huddle with 10 on the play clock. 2nd and goal from the Minnesota 2. Inverted wishbone, Xander Neville and Austin Ramish. And the tailback is Corey Clement. Handoff, Clement off the right side. Clement is in. Touchdown, Wisconsin. And the Badgers take the lead. 6:42 to go.
Well, a couple of key blocks there. One by Dietzen, who was pulling from left guard. And then the Badgers have liked Xander Neville's blocking on the line of scrimmage. He wears number 85. He's a converted defensive lineman. He throws another key block. All Corey Clement had to do is follow his fullback, Austin Ramish, into the end zone.
Ramish finished in the end zone, and typically when your fullback finishes in the end zone, your tailback will. Nice job by Clement to have patience to follow Ramish and finish that run.
Andrew Endicott on to attempt the extra point. Lines are set. There's the snap, and the kick is away, and the kick is good. B.J. Rosowski to kick off. Here's the run-up, kick in the air, and this will sail to the back of the end zone. Another Gopher touchback. They'll start at their 25 as we go downstairs to Patrick.
You guys talk about Wisconsin establishing the run. They also started stopping the run this half, and that's been a big difference. Minnesota had 115 rushing yards at the half. That's more rushing yards than they have averaged against the Badgers during this 12-game win streak of Wisconsin. But this half, just 18 yards rushing. Part of that might be because they're not running Mitch Leidner anymore. We saw how dangerous he was in that first quarter. I think the injuries are piling up for him. A sore shoulder, he's limping around now. With that not being an option, Wisconsin is keying on the running backs and doing a good job of controlling the line of scrimmage.
Gophers starting at their 25-yard line, 1st and 10. 2 receivers right, 1 on the left. Rodney Smith, the running back. Leidner, a play fake. Back to throw. Looking, steps up. He'll fire to the right, and it is incomplete. Intended for Eric Carter at the 38-yard line of the near side. Coverage from Leo Musso. 2nd and 10 for the Gophers at their own 25.
In the second half, Mitch Leidner, 2 of 9 for 47 yards with 2 passes intercepted.
And no runs, I don't believe, has he? I don't believe he's run the football at all, which is what Patrick was alluding to. I also love what the middle linebackers have been doing, playing a lot more downhill, getting in the backfield in the second half.
6:35 remaining. The lead is 7 for Wisconsin, 24-17. Pistol formation again for Leidner. Back to throw. 4-man rush. Hit as he throws. Lofts it out to the right. And it is incomplete. Rashad Still, the intended receiver at the 45 of Wisconsin along the near sideline. Natrell Jamerson on the coverage. Looked like Still got his hands on it but couldn't pull it in.
Still's a graceful athlete. He's 6'5", 205 pounds. He's only played football for 4 years, but he is getting his hands on everything. When this kid grows up, he's going to be a terror.
No, you're right. He's still a relative newbie to the game. But he is an impressive-looking receiver. 3rd down and 10 for the Gophers at their own 25-yard line. 2 receivers right, 1 on the left. Leidner calls for the ball, takes the snap. Badgers bringing pressure. Throw over the middle, picked off Leon Jacobs at the 30, at the 20. Jacobs to the 10. Jacobs brought down inside the 10-yard line. 1st down, goal to go. Pick number 3 for the Badgers.
I hate to say this about a quarterback, but he was hearing footsteps. Garrett Dooley coming right up the middle. He got freed. Leidner just threw it away, threw it in the middle of the field, made a cardinal sin as a quarterback, and paid for it.
Yeah, the pressure's been on him. He's also been throwing into some some not great combinations there. The first ball could have been picked off on first down as well.
6:20 left in the game. 24-17 Wisconsin, the 20th interception of the year now for the Badgers defense. And Leon Jacobs, after the latest INT, returned it 25 yards. First and goal from the 8-yard line of Minnesota. Dare Ogunbowale in at running back. Houston under center. Jazz Peavy wide right, motions left, hand off Ogunbowale, straight ahead, touchdown Wisconsin! Dare Ogunbowale up the middle, through the heart of the Minnesota defense. 30-17, the Badgers.
Number 66, Bo Benshaw, pulling from right guard, helped create the running path for Ogunbowale.
And the fake jet sweep again pulled the linebackers. You just saw a long run. That also helped soften up the middle. Nice job up front by the 5 guys finishing that run off Ogunbowale.
Going to be a replay review of this to see if he made it. It looked like Dare's backside hit the turf, but it looked like at the same time the ball was breaking the plane, the goal line. That's how I see it.
No, that's a tough, you're right. I thought the ball just nicked the goal line before his butt hit the ground.
All it has to do is hit that front tip, if you will, breaking the plane of the goal line. It's not like it has to go all the way across. Just hit that front tip. And I'm not sure there would be enough there to overturn it, but
busy day for the replay official here in the press box at Camp Randall.
Yeah, Stephen Beckman, the replay official. Don Willard, the referee, also gets a look. And just recall the Mike Pereira hint to the BTN guys. You have other officials by him. If you see another official by the white hat writing notes, it's going to be overturned. No notes were written there. Let's see if that holds true, and this call will stand.
After further review, the ruling on the field of touchdown stands.
Because Mike Pereira never lies.
That's great advanced scouting by you, Matt.
It's stealing. Actually, I've given him credit. That was a cool little tip they gave to the BTN crew at a game a month and a half ago. 30-17, Wisconsin. Andrew Endicott with the extra point try. It is in the air, and it is good. And the lead suddenly is 14 points for Wisconsin. B.J. Rosowski kicking off, and he rifles another one to the back of the end zone. Another touchback. Gophers starting at their 25-yard line. The Gophers led at the half, 17-7. And the Badgers have erupted in the second half. Defense getting turnovers, offense cashing in. 31-17, Wisconsin with 6:15 remaining. Meanwhile, Penn State looking to close out Michigan State. Nittany Lions lead 31-12. Into the fourth quarter now in State College. Lining up to be a Wisconsin-Penn State matchup next week in the Big Ten title game. But the Badgers still have work to do here. They're going to Indianapolis. If they want to go as the undisputed West Division champions. Leitner to throw on first down. It's incomplete. Intended for Eric Carter at the 35-yard line. Luburn Figaro on the coverage. 2nd and 10 for the Gophers at their own 25.
Really the problem now for Leitner, the Gophers, they're into a passing sequence, and that's not what they do best offensively. It's when they can mix the run with the throw, which was effective in the first half.
Leitner really struggling throwing the ball in his second half. He was very effective running and throwing in the first. 4 receivers, 2 either side. Smith behind Leitner, back to throw, a little heat up the middle. Leitner hit hard as he throws, and this one is intercepted again. Sojourn Shelton again. Ball overthrown. It was intended for Eric Carter. 2nd interception today for Shelton, and the 4th for the Wisconsin defense.
And let me piggyback on what you said. Sojourn Shelton again. T.J. Watt again with the pressure on Leitner.
It's great ball skills there. That was a deeply thrown ball. Shelton was able to almost tip it to himself and then go down and make the play. And again, the pressure in his face, in Leitner's face, forcing another ill-advised throw, and a great play on the ball by Sojourn Shelton.
Badgers will start at their 32-yard line with 6:01 remaining.
How about the hands by Shelton? He told me this week the reason he's playing DB is he can't catch the ball. He didn't make any excuses. I can't catch the ball.
That looked pretty good right there.
Sure did.
The 32 of Wisconsin, 1st and 10. And the handoff to Clement straight ahead to the 35-yard line, up to the 37 on a gain of 5. Antoine Winfield on the stop for Minnesota. 2nd down and 5 for the Badgers at their own 37. Burning off time, 5:45 and counting left in the game.
I like seeing Clement get back involved offensively. He had the short touchdown run, got a carry here after the fumble. You just want him to restore his confidence. Not that he lost any on the fumble, but you want to get him back into the right frame of mind.
A.J. Taylor, single wide receiver, coming out to the right. Troy Fumagalli wing to the left. Ingold and Clement in the eye. Hand off Clement straight ahead. Now cuts left to the 40. And Clement bangs his way to the 43-yard line. Duke McGee, safety on the tackle. First time we've called his name in the second half here. He did not play in the first because he was serving the suspension of the second half targeting penalty he was guilty of last week against Northwestern. First down for the Badgers at their own 43. 5 minutes and counting left in the game.
And as much as we talked about Minnesota winning the battle up front in the first half, Corey Clement, 25 carries for 101 yards, just went over the century mark there. Just a hard, grinded out Wisconsin type of game.
4:45 to play. Clock is running. Single wide receiver to the right. And on first down, Houston will give it to Clement, and he is hit behind the line of scrimmage. Nick Wallace on the stop. And it'll be a loss of 1, and now the Gophers are in a position they're going to have to start burning timeouts. And they'll burn one here with 4:29 left in the game.
UW Health Sports Medicine, the healthcare team for the Badgers and proud sponsors of UW Athletics. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org.
As a Wisconsin Badgers football fan, you probably know a thing or two about consistent top-quality performance. Hi, I'm Gary Leeper, General Manager at Dairyland Seed, and for over 110 years we've been delivering nothing but the industry's best seed designed to deliver higher yields and unmatched quality to farmers in all environments and conditions. So just as you can bet on Bucky dominating the ground game, you can count on Dairyland Seed to be your most valuable partner each and every season. Dairyland Seed, proud sponsor of Wisconsin football and Wisconsin farmers.
Hey Badger fans, Mott's Matt for Brewpub Lots and Lots of Pizzas. Absolutely loving these Dream Season Badger games from back in the day. Hey, speaking of back in the day, remember when frozen pizzas were like a piece of cardboard laden with a flavorless sauce, topped with ingredients you'd reach after 5 bites, then sparsely decorated with cheese? Well, not anymore. Brewpub Lots and Lots of Pizzas came along and were a game changer. A crispy, thin cracker crust topped with a bold sauce, loaded with quality meat and veggie toppings, then bombarded with over half a pound of award-winning mozzarella cheese. Brewpub Pizzas, the perfect pizza, no matter the season.
Here in the Midwest, community is important.
Having a healthcare system that's looking out for us,
That's actively addressing the racial disparities in healthcare is important.
When we can get good quality care, we can do more. We can achieve more.
we can be the kind of community we want to be, and that's really important.
UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
Anyway, and especially so there, taking advantage maybe of some inexperience from the Badgers' 42-yard line, 2nd and 11. PV in motion to the right. Here's the handoff. Bradrick Shaw trying to run off the left side of the line, and the Gophers have that stacked up. Yeah, that'll be a loss of another yard to the 41 of Wisconsin, and the Gophers are going to use their second timeout. 4:29 to play, 31-17. Wisconsin leading the Gophers. 4:29 to play. As we remind ourselves, the day's work is not done for the Badgers. They lead by 14. They face a 3rd and 12. Peavy wide left, motions right, and a jet sweep to the right. Peavy makes one-man miss, gets a block from David Edwards, and an illegal one at that.
Yeah.
And Peavy taken down right at the line of scrimmage. Well, the Gophers will turn this down. They need the ball. That was close. They're going to call a block in the back, though. It's like against David Edwards. Here comes the call.
Illegal block in the back. Offense number 79. That penalty's declined. 4th down.
4:23 left in the game. The Gophers still have 1 timeout remaining, so that penalty gives the Gophers a free timeout. Twin safeties for Minnesota. Antonio Chenault and Keontae Harden. Still work to do here. The Badgers up 14. They have shut out Minnesota in this second half. Leitner has been intercepted 4 times. He is 9 of 25 through the air. Anthony Lottie on the punt, line of scrimmage, the Wisconsin 40-yard line. Clock rolling, 4:08 to play, so not a full free timeout, but a 25-second play clock instead of a 40-second play clock. Snap to Lottie. Gophers get a little bit of pressure on. The kick is away, and he hit this one well. Harden will let it hit inside the 10, and it's going to shoot into the end zone. Lottie got all of that, and the Gophers starting at their 20. First and 10, 3:54 remaining, 31-17 Wisconsin.
I think we made mention of Anthony Lottie at Northwestern, but it bears repeating that for a true freshman, he's really handled himself well, don't you think? It's a big responsibility, especially with the way the Badgers play. Field position is so important, and Lottie I think, is really matured as a kicker.
It's gotten better. You know, the average is misleading because he's had a lot of punts that have pinned the opponents inside the 20, a lot of times inside the 10, and that's what he's been asked to do, and he's done it very well. Gophers at their own 40, first and 10. 2 receivers tied left, 2 receivers tied right. Shannon Brooks, the running back. Leitner back to throw. Under pressure, he steps up, and now he'll run, and he'll slide to the turf at the 23-yard line. Ryan Conley over there. They may mark at the 22. Gain of just a couple. Clock running with 3:40 to play. 2nd and 8 for the Gophers. They get it right back on the ball. And a 4 receiver set to either side. Snap to Leitner. Badgers rush 4. Leitner drifting off to his right. Looking and looking. Being chased, and he'll throw it away. Vince Beagle was closing on Leitner, who had to throw it away. 3rd down and 8, Minnesota at its own 22 with 3:25 to play. Badgers up by 14.
Just look at the difference there. He runs the football and he slides. First half, he's trying to bulldoze over Dakota Dixon. So there's definitely been a change since the half.
3rd and 8. Leitner back in the gun. Brooks to his right. Back to throw. Leitner, 4-man rush, and Beagle gets to him with help from Garrett Dooley. Leitner sacked inside the Minnesota 15-yard line.
Sweet spin move that Vince Beagle used to get past the right tackle. Persig got help from Dooley on the opposite side.
Mitch Leitner has just been pounded. Close to submission right now as he slow jogs it off the field. He has really been whacked here in this second half. Gophers punting from their own 15-yard line. 2:48 and counting left in the game. It is 4th down and 15. Snap to Santoso, and the kick is in the air. Peavy drifting back. He'll catch at the 38-yard line. Fair catch called, and that's where the Badgers will begin. Now in position to burn off the remaining time. Minnesota has 1 timeout available. 2:38 remaining. Wisconsin 31, Minnesota 17. The Badgers trailed 17-10 to begin the 4th quarter, and they were punting from their own 10-yard line. And then everything turned. The Badgers have scored 3 touchdowns here in this quarter alone.
Yeah, I think it really turned, too, with that first pick by Leitner in the end zone, didn't it? And Musso, I think you want to give credit to somebody. Musso reading the play. He never saw Musso move over the top on the coverage.
Yeah, you have the chance to go up 2 scores. If you kick a field goal, game swung on that play.
Bradrick Shaw, the tailback. He gets the handoff, working off the right side of the 40-yard line and up to about the 41. Antoine Winfield on the tackle. And the Gophers have just used their final timeout. 2 minutes and 31 seconds left in the game. And with that, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. 10 for an ID. You're listening to Wisconsin football. .231 to play. The lead is 14 for the Badgers. Go down to the field again to Patrick.
If this holds, and it looks like it will, it's going to be the 5th fourth quarter comeback already in 2 seasons under Paul Chryst, and the 3rd fourth quarter comeback of the season. Remember, the Badgers trailed 14-13 against LSU when they opened it. They trailed Georgia State actually in the 4th quarter, which some will be surprised at. And today, when Wisconsin trailed by 10 points, that was the first time Wisconsin has trailed by double digits since the opener last season against Alabama.
Wow. Badgers stuck with it. Minnesota Doing a lot of good things in that first half. Running the ball well, passing it well. Here's the handoff to Bradrick Shaw off the left side, and he'll drive it up to the 45-yard line. And it will be 3rd down and 3 for the Badgers. Duke McGee on the stop for the Gophers. 3rd and 3, Wisconsin from its own 45-yard line. 2:15 to play.
You probably shouldn't underestimate that first possession of the third quarter either. Badgers got some points. I mean, it's sort of all, it takes the taste out of your mouth from the first half, put some points on the boards. Okay, we're in this ball game. That was a statement, I think, in many ways.
Andrew Endicott with that 33-yard field goal. That was a 60-yard drive. Minute 55 to play. 3rd down and 3 for the Badgers at their own 45-yard line. Go with the inverted wishbone. Shaw is the tailback. Here's the handoff to Bradrick Shaw. Straight ahead. Gets the first down across the 50 into Minnesota territory. Thank you and good night. This one is over. The Badgers in position to close it out, leading 31-17.
Looks like the axe is getting out of its sheath, and it looks like it's going to be ready to go do some chopping. Is an axe, is that what it's held in, is a sheath?
Sounds
I'm not
right.
even going to try to say that.
You know, after you called that jet sweep,
he's getting pretty cocky.
When you first guessed that, I will never doubt anything you say. If it's a sheath,
sure, it's a sheath.
You call it a sheath,
okay.
It's a sheath.
I like you guys.
Badgers now into their victory formation as Bart Houston in his final Camp Randall Stadium appearance helped lead Wisconsin to victory. Takes a knee as we come up on 1 minute left in the game here in Madison.
It was really critical to these players and coaches, too. They didn't want to moonwalk to Indy. They were going to go there regardless of the outcome today, but they wanted to make sure that they did it the right way.
Yeah, and I think for fans, too, the excitement of the opportunity. Now, who knows what's going to happen with the college football playoff, but if you don't win this game, you have no chance.
True.
Now you go down to Indy with all intentions of not only getting a Big Ten championship, but you have that opportunity to potentially be in the Final Four.
Houston takes a snap and a knee, and that will do it. The Wisconsin Badgers will be the undisputed champions of the Big Ten West Division. And they do it in come-from-behind fashion here today against Minnesota. Paul Bunyan's axe will stay in Wisconsin for yet another year. 13 straight wins in this series for Wisconsin. The Badgers get it done by 14 points this time around. Final score, Wisconsin 31, Minnesota 17. Coming up for our network station, second half break, number 8. Mike Heller's back in a minute and a half. This is Badger football from Learfield.
Because of this, we made Ford Super Duty the most capable heavy-duty pickup ever. Because of this, we built Ford F-150 with 375 horsepower and best-in-class payload.
Rescue 614 en route.
Because of this, we built Ford Ranger with the terrain management system. And because Ford trucks are built for this, you made Ford America's best-selling brand.
You've heard the saying, if it looks like bacon and it tastes like sausage, it's probably Johnsonville sausage strips. Oh, you never heard that? Well, sausage strips are pretty new. They're strips of sausage in amazing flavors like maple and chorizo. You can find this meaty miracle by the bacon, even though it's sausage.
Whoa.
Get to B-Dubs on Thursdays for buy one, get one free boneless wings. Or as we like to say, 100% more wings. That's right. When you buy boneless wings on Thursdays, you get the same amount of wings for $0.00. Basically, the second order is 100% off. So get here for buy one, get one free boneless wings on Boneless Thursdays. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar! Buy one, get one of equal value free. Dine in at participating locations. Takeout is limited and may vary by location. Size exclusions may apply while supplies last. Limit one offer per customer. Not valid with any other coupon.
On the Badger Sports Network, you've been listening to the Wisconsin Football Dream Season, presented by American Family Insurance. Also brought to you by Alliant Energy, powering beyond. Case IH. Enter the red zone with Case IH. Visit caseih.com/Badgers. U.S. Bank, helping individuals and businesses work toward their financial goals. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. And by DeKalb. Winning has roots. Perform at your best with DeKalb brand corn. Welcome to the Badger Postgame Show.
Welcome to the Ford Postgame Show. The Badgers stage a second half rally. They were down 10 at the half, but a serious charge in the final 2 quarters. Corey Clement with a couple of fourth quarter touchdowns. Dario Gumbawali adds one as well, and it's a 31-17 win for the Badgers. So going into the game, they had secured the West already. But for many, also very, very important, the Badgers secured possession of Paul Bunyan's axe for another year. After the game, BTN's Lisa Byington caught up with head coach Paul Christ.
Coach, you were down by 10 at the half. You scored 24 unanswered points. What enabled this comeback here for your team?
Well, I think you certainly did a great job defensively. Takeaways, we were really good defensively and took advantage of those opportunities, short fields, and finished it off. And it was takes everyone.
On offense, you had to go with Bart Houston. What did you see from your quarterback to handle this kind of situation on his senior day here in the second half?
You know, he's come in and the last few weeks he's been playing really well and doing some good stuff, and he competes and he does a great job of working, and he was himself. He didn't do anything out of the ordinary, but it was good. He was really good for us, and appreciate the way he's going about it. And it was a good team win today.
13 straight now against Minnesota. What does it mean for this program, for you and the 13 seniors to keep the axe in Madison?
The biggest thing is this team was able to do it this year, right? And all those streaks, it's good history, but for this team, this day, they had to go play a good Minnesota team and win to get the axe, and now they get to enjoy it.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Stay with us as our Ford Postgame Show continues. We'll tell you about today's difference maker of the game, presented by Annex Wealth Management. This is the Wisconsin Football Dream Season from Learfield IMG College.
In these challenging, uncertain, uncharted times, you stand strong. No matter the conditions you face, you get the job done. You are the backbone of our communities.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. WEAbenefits.com.
Our Ford Postgame Show continues as we recap the 2016 Wisconsin Badgers 31-17 victory against the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Let's take a look at our Annex Wealth Management difference maker of the game. Annex Wealth Management know the difference. Big game from Corey Clement on that November 26th of 2016. 26 tote to the ball, 100 yards, and 2 critical second half touchdowns to help the Badgers keep the axe for yet another year. That concludes our Dream Season series for this spring. We hope you've enjoyed our look back at some of the classic games in Wisconsin Badgers football history, and we really, and I mean really, look forward to seeing you back here at Camp Randall Stadium for the season opener, September 4th, when the Badgers host the Penn State Nittany Lions. Empty in here right now, but we are anticipating a big and raucous crowd as we start the 2021 Badger football season. For those of you who are watching, stick around. We have the 5th quarter presented by American Family Insurance coming up. And to all of you who have been watching and listening this spring, we thank you so much. This is the Wisconsin Football Dream Season from Learfield IMG College.
You've been listening to the Wisconsin Football Dream Season, presented by American Family Insurance. Also brought to you by UW Health Sports Medicine, treating the Badgers, treating you. Visit uwsportsmedicine.org. American Family Insurance, because your dreams deserve a champion. Cynics, powered locally. And by Case IH. Enter the red zone with Case IH. Visit caseih.com/Badgers. The preceding has been a Learfield IMG College presentation of the Badger Sports Network.